Welcome.
Boom,
We're
boom.
on the internet now.
Hey.
Yay. Thank you for joining us for a very special night, a Mates of Fate Christmas adventure. For those of you tuning in, this is a sequel to a very special Christmas one-shot I ran for these guys, my friends, last year, and these are their same characters returning to the same setting, the Kingdom of Wintara. So before we get started, a few quick announcements. If you're new to the channel and you think we're like the slightest bit funny, give us a follow on Twitch and you'll be notified when we go live with our games. We stream twice a week with two lovingly homebrewed D&D campaigns. Artema, DM by Mike. That's correct, that's Mike.
Right here, you can't see my finger. I'm pointing to myself.
And Songs of Creation, DM by Matt. Yes,
you can see all my fingers.
that is correct. If you want to catch up on our old episodes, you can find them on YouTube. Just search for us, Mates of Fate, or see the link on our Twitch page. And if you're into super dank D&D memes, follow us on Instagram at Mates of Fate. And lastly, I just want to give a few words of thanks. Thank you to L'Orchestra Cinematique for their kind permission in letting... My light just fell. It's fine. Thank you.
You nailed it. You got it.
Nailing it.
Yeah, you fucking nailed it, and then that happened. It's great.
No one even noticed a thing. Thank you, L'Orchestra Cinematique, for your kind permission in letting us use some of your awesome Epic Christmas cover songs in the game tonight. Their newest album, Epic Christmas Volume 5, is available for download now on iTunes, Spotify, and most other places you like to stream your music. Check them out. Their songs are truly freaking epic.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you to the MacGuffin Guild podcast for lending us JJ for the stream tonight. If you're a film fan and you like deep diving into cool movie discussions and trivia, definitely give the MacGuffin Guild podcast a listen on your favorite podcast player. Yeah, JJ. Thanks for being
It's
here,
great.
buddy. It is. It's really good.
Super high quality podcast.
Yeah.
Crystal clear sound. It's awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, I see you, girl. Thank you to my sister, Corey. I love you. Who is a total genius, not just in general, but at coming up with traps and puzzles. She actually helped me fine tune several parts of tonight's adventure. So if it kills you, that was Corey. You're welcome.
We love puzzles.
Sorry. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody, checking out the stream at home and jumping in the chat. We're super grateful you're here, and we're just happy to have you hanging out with us tonight. Hi, Dad. All right.
Do we have to stop swearing because your dad's watching now?
I'm going to do my best. If I can't stop swearing in front of our child, I can't say I won't do it on the internet in front of my dad, but I'm going to try it. Lastly, thank you to you guys. Playing D&D with you is what got me through another kind of tough year. I love you guys.
Same.
Yeah.
You
Thanks
too.
for being here, guys.
Hearts.
Yeah. Okay, so
Hearts in the chat.
if you're wearing anything festive, which is most of you, go ahead and give yourselves inspiration. Are you guys
All
ready?
right. Do we want to plug Ursus Dice real quick?
Go for it.
Yeah. All right. One other thing, real quick. So in about a month, 4 to 5 weeks, we're going to be doing a dice giveaway.
Hey.
Ursus Dice, and we'll put the username into the chat here. But Ursus Dice is a friend of ours, and her dice are beautiful
Gorgeous.
and amazing. She's making a custom set for us that blends kind of the visual aesthetics behind Songs of Creation, being Matt's campaign, and Artema, my campaign, into a set of dice that we'll be doing a giveaway for. Again, about 4 to 5 weeks. And basically, you'll just have to show up for the stream, watch, hang out, participate in the chat, and we'll be doing the dice giveaway after the intermission, after the break. So definitely check her out, Ursus Dice, and we will put it into the chat for you.
Sounds good. Thank you, Mike.
Both Twitter and Instagram.
And she has a giveaway that's going on right now on Twitter. Ursus Dice.
Oh, yeah. Check her out on
Right,
Twitter, and
yeah.
you can participate in her giveaway. If you're super lucky, you might win twice. It's probably not fair, but you could.
Oh, those days.
Everybody else ready? You guys
I didn't
good?
know you had wild shape characters. What's going on over there?
Yeah,
Yay.
it's my festivities.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's play D&D.
Yay!
Oh,
Welcome back adventurers. It's Christmas time again in the Kingdom of Wintara. 2 weeks ago, you each received an ornate invitation by courier, welcoming you to Queen Noelle's Christmas celebration. This, as you know, is the event of the year. Wintara is known for its jubilant holiday celebrations. Every window of every home in the kingdom is decorated with glowing candles. Lush green garlands and red ribbons hang over every street, and everywhere you go, you can hear kids caroling between the holiday market stalls. They're selling brightly wrapped gifts and selling hot, chocolatey drinks. As you make your way to the palace gates, you think back to 1 year ago today. That had not been a morning to celebrate. You found yourself urgently recruited to a rescue squad after Her Majesty, Queen Noelle, was kidnapped by a deranged snowman. You had to work together with your friends, using both your strength and your wits to overcome a maddening frozen cavern of puzzles and traps. Working together, you were able to slay the killer snowman and rescue Queen Noelle from his clutches. What a weird day that was. Good thing nothing like that'll probably ever happen again. As you approach the palace, you hear the sound of festive music being played from within the castle. Enchanted candles illuminate your way, hovering about 2 feet above the ground, as though held by invisible strings, and they're magically changing color from red to green as you pass by. You can tell no expense has been spared for this lavish holiday gathering. Zersha. Around you, the bottom floor of the palace is completely buzzing with festive cheer. Now you, as captain of the Royal Guard, you're on high alert for trouble at this event. You've stationed multiple guards throughout the palace to keep watch over the festivities. 2 of your best guards are stationed at the base of the grand staircase, and 2 more are outside the Queen's quarters. They've been tasked with ensuring no one goes upstairs for many reasons, but Queen Noelle has asked you personally to ensure she's not disturbed for the moment. She hasn't been feeling well lately. Saoirse, as you check in with your posted guards, the party guests notice you making your rounds. What do they see?
They see a tall genasi, air genasi. She's light blue hair and dark blue skin, and she just looks very serious. She has a very serious look on her face. She does not look approachable at all.
Saoirse, pronouns are she and her, right?
Sorry?
Pronouns are she and her, is that correct? Okay.
Yep.
So, Saoirse, you see palace staff bustling from room to room holding silver platters of delicious smelling hors d'oeuvres and sparkling wine. One of the ushers, it's a small fairy with pink wings, flutters up to you with a silver tray. Bacon wrapped food, big captain? Did you take any?
Duty. No, thank you.
Okay. There's a long table in the middle of the banquet hall with multiple golden fountains streaming hot, delicious smelling refreshments. You see among them a hot cocoa fountain, a spiced rum fountain, an eggnog fountain, and off to the end, a cheese queso fountain with a crystal bowl of tortilla chips beside it. There's a huge silver platter of fruitcake slices left completely untouched. And you hear a small fanfare at the grand entrance, and the head steward heralds out to everyone. The Kingdom of Wintara welcomes Lord Theodore Callisto. Theodore, what do the guests at the party see as you make your grand entrance?
They see a man who, despite having not been a teddy bear for a year, still appears to move much like a teddy bear. He's bumbling about, dressed finely, but certainly uncomfortable in his skin despite having been president for quite some time. Short hair, well groomed, but as if someone had done his grooming for him, not himself.
Okay. Theodore, he and him, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh.
Yep.
So, Theodore, you enter the palace. A steward takes your cloak and welcomes you and said, "Oh, good evening, sir. Thank you for being here." You remember 1 year ago today, you and your friends embarked on this daring rescue to save Queen Noelle. You were a different man then. You know, not a man at all, but a teddy bear, once cursed by a hag. So a year ago, you had wished for Queen Noelle to lift the curse and restore your human body. And she did so. Apparently, she always had the power to lift the curse for you. She just thought you were cuter as a bear. Since last year, your relationship with the queen has gotten closer. As a bear, you were a bit of a secret fling, but now that you're human again, it's no longer a secret that you and the queen are an item. I gotta say, it's getting pretty serious. Make a perception check.
17.
Ooh, okay. So as you enter the banquet hall, you see at the end of the banquet table this great hulk of a human man. And weirdly, this sleek-looking tiger. And even weirder, the tiger's wearing a pink tiara. And with that perception roll too, you see the man pick up the crystal bowl of tortilla chips, and he and the tiger walk off with it. And you hear him say, "Oh, Steve loved chips." He just walks off to completely ignore you. There's another regal horn blast, and you hear the head steward announce, "The Kingdom of Wintara welcomes Lord Spibby Pineconensburg." Spibby, what do the guests of the party see as you make your grand entrance?
They see a goose.
A literal goose.
They see a literal goose. The goose is dressed in all sorts of finery, wearing a chaperone hat with nice red and gold streamers, a very prominent medallion showing station as a trusted advisor to Queen Wintara. And the goose is walking, kind of, properly and everything until he sees the snack table and just immediately flutters over and just makes chaos of the biscuits. Yeah.
Spibby, my man!
Oh, I'm just not used to seeing you like this.
Me either. It's been a year.
So, Spibby, you immediately find Theodore. You two go to town on all the snacks you can find that the barbarian hasn't already walked off with. Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Okay, 21.
Ooh, very nice. You are keenly ready to socialize with all of the delegates and noble families and villagers at this party tonight. You recognize almost everyone in this room. You don't necessarily know all their names, but you're at least familiar enough with their appearance to recognize the delegations from Loudwater, which you know is Wintara's primary fishing import. They're dressed in their finest holiday attire, right down to their gold boots. You recognize the delegations from Crofley Isle, who are the only ones looking like they're not enjoying themselves. They look like haunted by their own thoughts. You see Saoirse passing through, making her rounds. You then hear, there's another blast of fanfare at the grand entrance, and you hear the head steward announce, "The Kingdom of Wintara welcomes the Royal Artificer, Sovereign Carrix the Kobold." Carrix, what does everyone see as you make your grand entrance?
I mean, I guess if they thought, they had to look down when Squibby came in, then I have to look down again as I come waddling in, trying not to get stepped on by any of the other party goers that are a little too deep in their drink. See, I'm adorned with a nice headband and also beautiful necklace with a gem in it, and I kind of make my way over, knowing how the party typically goes, over to the food as well to grab some before it's all gone.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
9.
9. Good enough. It takes you a minute to find Spibby and Theodore. You do notice, just because they're so obvious in the corner, you notice the delegation from Marheim. It looks like they're having a drinking contest. You see a purple tiefling woman with gold chains around her horns, and she's laughing at these two giant women. One has pink hair, and the other has like a sleeve of tattoos. And then you notice on the floor beside them, it looks like a Goliath wearing only white boxers, completely inappropriate for a Christmas party.
Oh,
and he's passed out cold.
I feel attacked.
I don't know what you're talking about. These are completely original NPCs.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Suddenly, there is a roar of triumphant fanfare from the grand entrance, and the head steward proclaims, "The kingdom of Wintara welcomes Lord Yolar Barsono of the Frost Mountain tribe." Yolar, how do you make your grand entrance?
Yolar enters by pushing the doors open with both hands and pumping his fist into the air, but he's still dressed in what he normally wears. He's just wearing furs and he's disheveled.
There's a triumphant cheer from like everyone. Like so many
Yeah.
people know you at this point, and you just hear, "Ah, it's him!"
Yeah. But what's different this year is he has a +1 with him. He's also accompanied by a stouter human male who's fairly well dressed, who looks like he's just kind of taking notes of everything around. And he walks in, making sure everyone he comes across, he makes sure to remind them how much better he is than them.
The ushers immediately come up to you. They take your fur cloaks and they escort you to the banquet hall. And as soon as you get into the banquet hall, there's several ushers holding platters of hors d'oeuvres that just rush up to you. And they look kind of admiringly up at you. "Lobster toast, my lord? Oh, Albert meatballs, sir." And you hear one of the ushers whisper to another, "I heard he strangled that killer snowman with just his bare hands and a scarf." Would you like to also make a perception check?
I would. $15.
15. You notice something that no one else has noticed so far. The delegations from Absalamia, where Carix gets many of their components for artificing. They're also dressed kind of inappropriately in neon colors. One has a strange rash on his face. One has a glowing gold eye. And two of them are really short and really hairy. And then past them, you do notice Spibby, Theodore, Carix, and Saoirse.
YOLO! What's up, buddy?
Yeah. He goes over and greets him, but he's a little standoffish. But he's still like, "Hello, Teddy Man, Goose Man."
Hello.
One of the ushers comes up to your +1. Sir, can I take your coat? We weren't expecting you. What's your name, sir?
Yeah, he's kind of nervous. He's yes, I'm Jeffrey James Trenneman Esquire. Thank you.
Mr. Trenneman Esquire, sir. Mr. Barsono, you brought a lawyer?
This is my lawyer. Yes.
Okay. Very well, sir. Would you like an owlbear meatball?
He will.
Yeah. This time, there's kind of like a muted, off-key trumpet blast, and you guys all hear the head steward kind of loudly grumble from the entrance. "The Queen's brother is here." Neville, the royal mage, half-brother to Queen Noelle. You go to hand the attending steward your cloak, but he pretends not to notice, and you're just like left awkwardly holding it in your outstretched arms. What does everyone else see as you make your entrance to the party?
You see a green dragonborn under the Christmas lights, scales just shimmering, the little like white horns that come off his chin, just clearly like if they were teeth, like they've been flossed and cleaned like pristinely throughout his entire life, just shimmering slightly. Eyes like clearly a little bit full of himself. With one hand, adjusts his cloak, takes the cloak back, puts it back on himself, and it's this ornate red cloak with kind of white stitching laced throughout it with intricate patterns. And he just starts walking through the hall and doesn't really make eye contact with anyone except for he looks over and gives a slight nod to the gold boots from Loudwater and continues to proceed into the hall.
An attendant rushes up to you and grabs your elbow, steering you away from the delicious smelling food in the banquet hall. Please, follow me this way. And he ushers you into the garden. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Cool, that's the way to start. All right. 14.
14. As soon as you're pushed outside the garden door, and it's very cold out here, you pull your cloak around you and suddenly, whew, you see something whiz past your face. You look around and there's a group of people around the fountain laughing. You hear a splashing sound coming from the fountain. It looks like there's a spectral tentacle emerging and splashing around in it, and you see this little male gnome in a dark cloak. He's throwing chestnuts at it, and the tentacle is swatting them back. You see a purple-haired furball woman is trying to catch him in her mouth, and you just narrowly avoided taking one to the eyeball. Besides you also...
Excuse me.
What?
Cut it out. This is the royal fountain.
Senor, get him! And he tosses another chestnut, and a tentacle swats it at you. Make another dexterity saving throw.
Oh, God. 8.
8. This chestnut hits you in the other eyeball, and you take 1 point of bludgeoning damage. It gets worse from here.
The one time Senior Tickles actually gets a hit.
You hear laughing coming down from your knees. You look down and you see this tall, curly-haired woman with her fingers in the dirt of a poinsettia plant. And she looks up at you and smiles, and you see that the poinsettia just suddenly starts blooming. Hi.
Greetings.
Make a perception check, Neville.
13.
13. You notice on the other side of the garden, a small female gnome is trying to heft a small stone rabbit statue out of the ground and put it in her satchel. And you see this old human man start lecturing her about it.
Yes. Listen to him. Leave it. Put it down, please.
This was mine. I found it here.
It's not yours.
No, it was. I brought it here and I put it on the ground. This man's bothering me. I'm getting back on our boat. All of you suddenly hear a blast of royal fanfare trumpeting from the grand entrance. Several uniformed stewards come to the room that you're in, the banquet hall or the garden, and they announce, "Oh, this way, please. Her Majesty is arriving. This way, please." The stewards usher all of you into the royal ballroom. It's this massive, sparkling room with marble floors and an enormous stained glass cathedral windows along every wall. In the corner of the ballroom stands this gorgeous 50-foot spruce tree. It's twinkling with golden lit candles. And it looks on top, it's magically enchanted with a cloud of snow floating above it. And there's dusting on all the branches. You guys see beneath the Christmas tree sits this huge, glittering pile of packages and presents with big bows on top. And there's a small horde of children gathering around it looking anxious. It looks like they know kids get presents at this party, and they seem reluctant to be anywhere besides the tree or the pile of gifts. And Theodore, you notice one of the kids, a small one with glasses, picking one up and shaking it. And he says, "I think this one's a toy car." And his friends kind of tell him to put it down.
No one likes a good guesser.
Yeah, you're supposed to keep it a secret. The trumpeting of royal fanfare grows louder. And suddenly, the enormous double doors of the palace ballroom swing open, and the head steward proclaims, "Her Majesty, Her Royal Highness Queen Noel of Wintara Kingdom." And everyone claps. You see everyone kind of craning their necks to get a look at the queen. She enters the ballroom with a gentle wave and a smile. She's wearing this long, flowing cerulean blue dress with sparkling bell sleeves and a train of sky blue gauze trailing behind her. Her blonde hair is pulled up into a very elegant bun beneath her crown. Theodore, with your passive insight being as high as it is, something's off about her. Can't tell what. The queen takes a seat in the throne beside the huge Christmas tree.
Quick question: do I notice anything off about her?
Make an insight check.
Insight. All right.
Theodore's passive insight's crazy high.
That'd be a 7.
Your half-sister looks really beautiful today, and how come they don't let you wear a crown? She gets to wear a crown. Are you going to be king someday? Probably not. What if? No, but what if? That's what you're thinking. After the queen is settled, the head steward bellows out another announcement. Would the heroes of Wintara please step forward?
I think that's us, guys.
Oh.
Saoirse's already like in the middle of the right where she needs to be.
All of the other party guests give you guys a wide berth to approach the queen, and there's another smattering of light applause.
Neville tries to stay a couple steps ahead of the rest of the party.
Of course you do. She says, she looks at you. She just looks so happy to see you. She says, welcome, my friends. Thank you for coming. We have much to celebrate tonight. This has not been the worst year we've ever had, but it has not been without its challenges. If I'm being honest, Wintara is hosting this gala in honor of you, dear heroes. If it weren't for you, I dare say Wintara would not still stand. So.
True.
Thank you.
Very true.
Yolar, she looks to you and then looks at you, the guy standing next to you, and then continues.
And I point to him to write something down. Like he starts scribbling.
My friends, thank you for your heroic deeds. But more importantly, thank you for your friendship. And please, come closer. I have gifts for you. And now, if everyone could go into their D&D Beyond inventory and check your backpacks, I left you a surprise. I'm Oprah, look under your seats!
Saoirse just says, Queen, you've already given us so much.
You get weapons, and you get weapons.
Everyone gets a grenade launcher. It's Christmas.
Where do I look?
Look in your D&D Beyond inventory. Look in your backpack.
In my inventory.
So now you guys can also look at what I private messaged you if you want to get a closer look of it.
I want to see us cry on camera as we mean.
So this is your gift from Queen Noelle. And what happens is an attendant hands Queen Noelle a platinum tray, and on top of the tray are 6 small wooden boxes. And she hands one individually to each of you. And when you open your box, you see one sparkling jewel inside. And Spibby, she puts the box in your feathered wing, and you see a small sparkling blue oval stone. Neville, you see a deep amber crystal. Carix, a beautiful green emerald. Saoirse, a small white crystal. Theodore, yours is a glittering pink heart-shaped gem. And Yolar, the queen hands you a box holding a small bright purple stone. And then she looks up into your eyes. Is something wrong?
I was promised a wish last year for my good deeds, and I've done a good deed and then was not rewarded.
No?
But that won't happen again this year. And he points to Godfrey.
His lawyer.
Yeah.
The queen takes a look at your attorney and then back up to you, and she takes your hand in hers and she says, Diamond Hide, my darling. The queen never breaks a promise. And she closes your fingers around the box.
Right. And he looks down and goes, write that down.
So Queen Noelle says, I want you to take these gems as a token of my love and appreciation for you. We all have so much power at our fingertips. But I think our friendship is the greatest power of all. Don't you? Please.
Indeed, my queen.
Never forget. And you each add a gem of friendship from Queen Noelle to your inventory. As long as it's equipped, you have to check the box. You gain +1 to all ability checks and saving throws.
Excellent. Why not?
Please.
Why all of them?
Please never forget.
Out of character, how do I get to my inventory?
So you go to your equipment.
Out of character, how do I get to my equipment?
You go to D&D Beyond.
Okay.
Ask
All
your
right, I'm there.
attorney.
Open up Internet Explorer.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and
Microsoft Edge.
yeah. We'll work in Netscape.
Yeah.
Oh,
Are you at your character sheet though?
I'm at the character sheet. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Sorry,
click
guys.
it's all good. Click on inventory.
And scroll all the way down, and it should be a different color than.
Yep.
Yeah, it should be purple.
Yeah. Cool.
During this whole time, Carrick's is explaining to you how to attune to an item. I guess because you've never done it before. Like, yes, you just have to like really look at it and like, you know.
Of course, the barbarians.
Yeah,
Like,
like
why would
Yeah.
magic? Why?
Is like going around the lawyer, just trying to like, see what he's writing.
I must be on dndbeyond.net because I can't find it. Is it up near the top?
You should have like actions, spells, features and traits, equipment, and if then you go to equipment, you can manage inventory or.
Oh, right in front of me. I see it. Okay, thank you.
Oh yeah.
And then scroll all the way down in that like middle window, right? Like the insert window, and you'll see backpack and
Okay, that's
you'll
great.
see the
Thank
gem
you.
there. And just click the box next to it to equip it.
Got the little red thing inside of it.
There you go.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. So after the queen gives you her gift, she goes and sits back down in her throne by the tree. You see an elderly servant brings her a very long silver box crusted with scarlet gems and sets it at her feet. And then the rest of the party guests start to form a line behind you to present the queen with gifts. Saoirse, make a perception check.
Nat one.
Nat 1?
Doing a wonderful job.
Yeah. Everything seems totally fine. The queen starts greeting other people, and she kind of like blows a kiss at you and says like, I'll talk to you soon, and starts taking gifts from the other party gifts. And she looks at this long silver box at her feet and picks it up. And you hear her listen. And then she says to you, Carix, it's ticking. And she suddenly looks startled.
You should hear this.
Sure.
Say that
Yeah.
Yeah.
She just leaps on you and grabs the package and then throws it as far as she can.
Okay. So the box goes spinning into the party guest all the way across the marble floor of the all the way across the marble floor of the ballroom.
As it's going, I cast levitate on it, so at least it goes up.
Awesome. So you all see this silver box begin levitating up higher and higher to the ceiling. How far does it go, Carix?
60 feet, I think. And then I can keep making it go a little further, but a lot slower.
Well, it's a very tall ballroom, so that's exactly what happens. And you see all of a sudden the tension in the room, the entire tone changes as this hovering silver box. You see it begin to tremble a little bit harder and a little bit harder. And the queen springs to her feet and begins to issue orders. Gods, get the guests to safety. Heroes of Wintara, look sharp. And you can see above you the box is vibrating and the ticking is now audible to all of you. You hear it above your heads. And the room around you erupts in a flurry of activity. Saoirse, all of your guards hurry to start escorting the guest away from the box. 3 of them station themselves right by the queen. What are you guys doing?
On your guard. Everyone, quick.
All the pedestrians out.
honking and flapping my wings like crazy.
Some of the guards managed to get about a third of the party guests out of the ballroom when suddenly several things happen simultaneously, and you all kind of struggle to take in everything happening around you at once. Those of you near the far wall, you feel the floor beneath your feet begin trembling like an earthquake. When suddenly bursting from beneath the floor is a swarm of scurrying white mice. Hundreds, nope, thousands of white mice scatter in all directions, covering the floor like a blanket of undulating snow. Now, those of you directly underneath this cursed box hovering above your heads, you watch as it bursts open with this fiery spray of red light. You look up above and you squint your eyes at the light and you see emerging from the box is a long wooden staff. And the staff begins spinning magically in the air entirely on its own. slowly at first, and then faster and faster. And it's starting to emanate this curtain of crimson light all over the ceiling, and it's growing in all directions. Carix, are you still directly underneath it?
I mean, I think it's kind of up and over at this point in the center, right?
It's in the middle of the room. Suddenly,
And I'm like,
you know,
should we be moving this outside? Do you want me to put it outside?
I think it'd be good outside. Inside
Okay.
doesn't seem good.
All of the pedestrians are outside. It must stay in here. We gotta keep it contained.
What about the mice?
the mice.
Maybe it'll kill them.
The mice are streaming everywhere. You look down, every single one of you has mice running across your feet right now.
Woo!
And
Neville tried to like back up a little bit, like to kind of stay in front of the queen as the guards are also protecting her, and he has his crossbow drawn, pointing at this box up there, but also like trying to kick the mice away that are crawling over his feet. He looks a little disgusted.
Yeah,
as they're crawling over his nice boots.
It is chaos. You just hear squeaking. You hear people panicking. Some of the guests are starting to scream. And suddenly this staff hovering in the air and spinning jolts straight down into the floor at high speed. And you hear a crack as the staff lodges itself straight up and down in the middle of the marble floor. This curtain of crimson light radiating out from the staff suddenly falls down to the floor, and now all of you hear screams. First in one corner of the room, and then another, and then everywhere. As you see the party guests around you begin to change. You hear the tinkling of broken glass as a shrieking woman who's closest to the staff, she begins to stiffen. Her movements jerky, and she begins to morph, her flesh like clay being reshaped and then dried, and her limbs elongate and then stiffen, and her jaw protrudes and flattens, and you see white hairs begin to sprout on the face beneath her mouth. The top of her head bulges upward into the shape of a jagged crown, and then moments later her screaming stops. She's taken the shape of a life-sized nutcracker.
Feelings.
God.
Disturbing.
You hear more screaming, more changing. All around you, party guests are morphing and changing into nutcrackers. All while an ocean of little white mice are streaming chaotically around your feet.
We gotta get out of this room.
You hear screaming now in the grand entrance, and then the kitchens, and then the library. And then you realize everyone here in the palace is starting to turn.
We have to get the queen out.
We need to all get out of here. We should not be contained in these walls.
We need to get the queen to safety immediately.
Great.
Is there anything upstairs? Are the steps clear?
It looks like the entrances into this room are a little bit blocked by people bottlenecking trying to get out too quickly. And then for a moment, the sound in the room begins to quiet because the screaming is subsiding. Because more and more guests are being turned into wooden nutcrackers.
Can I open my decanter of endless water and then try to form water around the staff and freeze it?
Sure. Is that just a spell you can do?
I have a decanter of endless water, and I also have one of my cantrips, shape water.
A shape water gimmick? Really? Yes, you absolutely can.
Yeah, cool.
All right, so
All right.
you take out your decanter.
And just start, using the wings to kind of like mold it and everything, just around the staff, and then flash freeze to try and see if that does anything to stop the, changing.
You succeed in creating a giant ice cube around this staff.
Cool.
And
Now it's cold.
You have made ice before too, but this looks strange because as you do, the ice around it is gray, and it kind of begins to smoke a little bit. It keeps its form, and it does maintain the staff, but you can only focus on it for a minute because now you're starting to hear something around you. You hear a shink, shink, like this metallic shink, 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 all around you. And you realize the nutcracker's arms are beginning to change. They're elongating into sharp silver swords clenched in wooden fists. And as one, the nutcrackers turn to you and lift their swords.
What did you do, Stibby?
I was trying to help. It was a bad idea. You should never try to help. I told her the nachos were a bad idea. All those mites and everything is just terrible.
You suddenly hear clomping of footsteps. The nutcrackers are starting to really come to life and beginning to move.
Neville wants to run forward and just try to just kick the staff that I know it's encased in ice as well. I want to try to kick it and break it. Unarmed strike.
Unarmed strike. Make an attack.
Against it. All right. Dice are not in my favor. 11.
11. What you succeed in doing is kick the ice free from where it was frozen itself to the floor. And as you do, it tips. And this ice cube carrying the staff is suddenly carried away in the sea of mice. And you see it disappear into the...
Staff does or the ice cube does?
They
Sorry.
both do. The staff encased in ice is now being carried away by...
So I could try to levitate it off again.
Okay.
Off the mice.
Okay, you can try.
Yeah. Is there like a window we could shatter?
There are multiple stained glass cathedral windows all around this room.
Which one's your least favorite?
It doesn't matter. We must protect the guests.
Or the closest one?
You're shattering a window?
Yeah, and putting the staff outside.
I thought we just said to contain it. If you bring the staff outside, won't it affect?
Yeah, there's people outside.
I think those sharp, pointy sticks are going to start affecting the people inside.
Yeah. Where are we going to put it?
Carix, as you prepare yourself to make this spell, a nutcracker attacks you from the back.
How?
Let me see. Does a 16 hit?
No, it glances off my armor.
Okay.
And I kind of stumble forward. I'm like, oh, God, shit.
There's more of them now. Saoirse, the one near you, attacks you as well. Does a 15 hit?
No, misses.
Okay. You can see now they're all starting to slash. And it doesn't look like they're bright exactly or attacking methodically, but they are now starting to become a bit antagonistic. The staff...
Your Lord draws... Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Your Lord just grabs his greatsword and just jumps in.
Jumps in. He starts slashing nutcrackers?
Jumps at him. Yeah.
Okay, make an attack roll.
Okay. 12.
12. That actually does hit because the first one to take the blow of your greatsword was the smallest one. It was a particularly small nutcracker. It looks like it had maybe been morphed into one that used to be small and furry, and it falls dead at your feet. And at this point, the queen starts screaming at you, "No, no, that's the delegate from Flowhelg. No, don't. You mustn't just start a war. Do not hurt them. Do not hurt them." And the massive cathedral windows in the ballroom suddenly burst. And they start raining glass down onto the marble floor below, and you all feel the spray of broken glass coming in on top of your heads. All of the...
I swear I didn't do that.
Get down!
All the lamps in the room are quickly extinguished by this arctic blast of wind rushing in. Even the magically lit candles illuminating the Christmas tree are blinked out. And you guys all feel this powerful rush of wind around you, and some of you can feel yourself sliding, like you were holding your position. Now you can feel yourself sliding like you're on ice across the floor. You just hear this powerful winter gale threatening to blind you and burst your eardrums. And it's raining above me. This is amazing. You feel like
It's really loud.
You feel like your eyes are going to freeze closed, like the force of this wind is so great. And then suddenly, everything is still. Your eyes clear. You look around. You can see each other. The ballroom is dark, but you can make out some shapes illuminated in this ice blue light by the moon streaming in through the shattered windows. You guys see that the six of you are now standing together in this protective dome of ice. And through the ice, across the ballroom, you can see the queen. And you can see that she's concentrating hard on maintaining an abjuration. So she's got two magical barriers of ice up, one around you, and one around herself and the village children that have been gathered around the Christmas tree. The kids look okay. They haven't been turned to nutcrackers. They look terrified, but they're okay.
What do we do?
Snow globe and a
Where's
snow
my
globe.
lawyer?
And then outside of these two globes is all the nutcrackers, right? All these life-size nutcrackers. What are they doing? Are they standing still? Are they...
You can hear a scratching on this ice protecting you from the army, and you realize all of them are starting to slash at this protective barrier of ice with their silver swords. You hear
Is
tink,
the-
tink.
Is the staff inside with us? Or-
You don't see where the staff is now. But now you can all make out this throng, this army of nutcrackers trying to slash their way into the ice to get to you.
What do we do?
We can't fight them. All we can do is run.
We can
Wait.
fight them.
We shouldn't fight them. All we can do is run.
How many are there? About?
Well, we can't kill them. They're
Neville, you would know there are 1,000 people invited to this party, so
There's potentially 1,000 of those things out there. We can't run from all of them.
We can
Can't,
fight
I
them.
mean, we can't fight all of them. What we can do is run from all of them. But we need to protect the queen.
so
We
you
need to destroy the staff.
you
We also have to get out of this bubble.
so you guys can hear the queen's muffled voice from across the wall, shouting through these thick ice walls. My friends, our kingdom is in the gravest danger. I can use my magic to protect you or the village children, but I can't do both. It falls on you to save us all. The mice have taken the cursed staff. You need to follow them. Retrieve the staff so we can reverse this curse and restore everyone back to their original forms. Will you help?
Of course. Let's go.
Okay.
All right.
On three. On three, I'll drop the ice wall in front of you. Follow the mice, retrieve the staff. Do not hurt the nutcrackers if you can help it. And please hurry, my power can only last so long. Tell me when you're ready.
So Saoirse casts non-detection on herself.
What does that do?
It means that the duration you hide a target that you touch from divination magic, targets can be willing creature, blah, 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 blah. Sorry, one second. So she can't be perceived even by magic.
Is she visible?
She's not visible.
Cool. I have no idea what your character's gonna do. You can just make it up. I'm like, yeah, definitely that's gonna work. What are the rest of you doing?
I guess we just have to brace ourselves and
Ready to
just
run.
start running.
Everyone, get ready to run.
Okay.
Which way did the mice go?
You're gonna have to figure that out. You can't see them at the moment. There's no ice, or there's no mice in your ice.
Theodore, do you think you'll be able to keep up?
Yeah. I'm a little stumbly, but I'll get there. Don't worry. It's fine. You think you'll be able to keep up?
I'll be leading the pack.
I'm sure you will.
You'll be leading in the back?
The only thing you lead in is arrogance. Let's go.
How do you guys want to arrange yourselves?
So Saoirse's in the front, but nobody can see her.
Okay.
I'll be like I'll try to be in the front.
Be in the front?
Position myself in the front. Yeah, probably behind Cersei, but I can't see her.
Okay.
Yellow will also fight to be towards the front just because it's a competition.
I will let him.
Yep. You know, I'm small. I'm fine being not in the front.
Okay.
We all want to look great in the eyes of the queen.
I'm flying above you because I'm skeeved out by mice crawling on my feet. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, Saoirse, you're invisible. Neville and Yolar are leading the charge. Carrick's and Theodore and back, and Spibby. You don't really have the air clearance right now, but you're preparing yourself to
We're
take
getting
flight
ready.
once the ice drops. Okay.
All right.
All right. So you steady yourselves. Your fingers pulled tight around your weapons. And you hear the scraping of steel growing louder on the ice as the nutcrackers swarm the wall in front of you. You hear the queen say, "Are you ready?
Ready?
Ready.
1, 2, 3." And Queen Noelle drops her concentration, and this protective ice wall before you crumbles softly into snow at your feet, and before you stands an army of nutcrackers, their dull wooden eyes drawn to you. And the few in front lunge at you. Yolar, Neville, make a dex saving throw.
13.
13.
7.
7. Neville, you were prepared for this. You were both prepared for this, but you managed to evade the 2 that come slashing down right at your head. Yolar, 1 gets you right in the middle, just piercing your side. You're going to take 2 points of slashing damage. You now see the ocean of mice. It's not as many as there was, but you do see a smaller stream flowing out of the room.
Well, there's mice.
There, that way. That must be where they've taken it.
Just shove your way through the nutcrackers. Go.
Go. Yeah, I start running
Okay, so
towards that direction.
Neville, with Yolar close behind you, lead the charge past these nutcrackers, trying to make your way out of the ballroom without hurting them if you can. You follow the mice into the grand entrance, pushing past body after body after wooden body. Carrick's, make a strength saving throw for me.
Oh, shit. Wait, I might actually have help from my fancy armor because I'm weak.
Don't forget you get a +1 from your thing.
Yeah, well, nothing I do I think is gonna save that that 0 I just rolled.
Oh.
Oh, wait,
It's a 1 because you've got a +1, right? Unless you have a -2.
well, yeah, no, I have a +1 plus my intelligence modifier, so 5.
Okay, so the rest of you think you're actually doing okay. These nutcrackers aren't super hard to push past when all of a sudden you hear Carrick's kind of let out a yelp. And Carrick's, what you feel is these hard wooden hands clutch painfully around your arms and then your neck, and they start pulling you backwards into your masses. And the rest of you, when you hear Carrick's, you watch her struggling to pull themselves free. Sorry.
And run back.
I turn
No,
around.
I was short enough.
I was next to Carrick, so I turn around and just start punching the nutcrackers that are holding her.
You start
For them.
punching? Okay, make an attack roll.
Wait, 16.
16. That actually works. You manage to punch the one nutcracker, hurt your hand a little bit, but you manage to make them drop their grip. And Carrick's, you can wriggle free and kind of get back with the group. And Theodore, as you pull Carrick's free, you push some nutcrackers out of your way, and they topple like bowling pins. So the rest of you,
Thank you.
you manage to push your way past the nutcrackers, out of the ballroom, into the grand entrance. Anybody, make a perception check.
16.
20. Dirty 20.
All right. So it's not hard for you.
Also dirty 20.
You guys notice very easily, even though the mice have kind of stemmed to a steady trickle, they're scurrying towards the palace library.
Let's go. The library.
The library. What could they want with the library?
There's books in there. Let's go.
They're mice. Maybe they'll eat the paper.
Quick.
So you all continue to push your way through. Theodore, make a strength check for me. 12. Same thing happens to you. You feel a vice-like pinching on your arm, and you feel your arm start to get pulled in backwards by this mess of nutcrackers.
Ah, they got me.
Am I close enough to punch them?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna start swinging.
Make an attack roll.
Is this being considered like unarmed strike when
15.
we're doing these?
15?
Mm-hmm.
And what, did you punch him with your bare hands, or did you
It's
use a weapon?
yeah, just punching. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that would be an unarmed strike. That is definitely enough force to break Theodore free, and you grab him by his hand and pull him forwards, and you guys just keep running towards the library.
Thanks, let's go.
You hear the clomping of this massive wooden feet marching their way behind you. But you do manage to get to the library. You push your way topple more like bowling pins. You follow the mice. You heave open the wooden doors, and you find that the library, fortunately, is empty, save for a crackling fire and just a large handful of mice scampering across the floor.
Step on them, everyone. Step.
Yeah, they'd say we can kill the mice, right?
Okay. So you start stepping on the mice?
Barricade the library doors so the nutcrackers don't.
Saoirse, what are you doing with the library doors?
Barricade them so the nutcrackers can't come in.
Great idea. What are you using to barricade them?
Going. Do I see anything that could? Because I don't really have.
Yeah.
A nutcracker.
Yeah, there's furniture in here. There's armchairs. There's a writing desk. There's definitely things you could use to barricade.
What's their moving speed?
Their movement speed? Like 20.
Are they slower than us?
Do they? How? Or do they seem slow? Do they seem fast?
They
Yeah, like
seem
what kind of zombie are we dealing
What
with?
zombie movie? Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant the mice. I was like, I don't know, guys. They're freaking mice.
No, the nutcrackers.
Mouse speed.
Yeah, the nutcrackers are kind of moving at zombie speed. The problem that you guys are encountering is there's so many of them.
They're in here too. Did I miss that?
No, looks like Saoirse had the wherewithal to start barricading the door.
Barricading the
closed.
door.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Neville just whatever everybody else. Neville's just trying to like step on the mice as they're trying to run through, and he's keeping an eye out for the staff anywhere.
Okay. Roll a d20 for me.
Okay.
And Yolar's going to assist with barricading just so he can punch as many of the nutcrackers out of the way while helping.
And that's
Punch him in the walnuts.
That's exactly what happens. You see like some wooden fist and some silver swords trying to like make their way through the cracks in the double doors as you try and force them closed. Neville, what was your roll?
11.
11. That's how many mice that you stamped to death. Your boots are now covered in blood. Oh, gross.
Yes.
Sorry.
The crunch of the bones, the little mouse bones beneath my boots.
Merry Christmas, PETA. Anyway.
I think you're enjoying this a little too much, you freak.
Yeah. All right. Carrick's is gonna assist the best they can in barricading the door, which is taking out the rope of climbing and have it tie itself in many knots around the handles and also the furniture in front of the door to keep it all together.
That is an excellent idea. It takes you a minute, but you do succeed in forming a very, very solid barricade. So you guys do feel pretty safe for now, but you can hear them. You can hear just pounding and pounding and slashing on the outside of these doors. They are angry. But for now, it looks like you're safe, other than these mice everywhere.
Which way are the mice going? We don't see. Did they leave this room? Do they go outside? Do they go through the floor?
Awesome question. You can make an investigation or a survival check.
Survival.
You're animal tracking, baby.
We're gonna. Yeah, that's true. I guess.
And I'll complement that with an investigation check.
All right. Yeah, I'll do. They're the same for me. I'll do survival. Natural 20. 22.
You can tell. You take a look down. I have.
Sorry.
It's a wool sweater. Sorry, guys. You can see it's dead easily. The ones that Neville didn't stamp, they're making their way around Neville's boots, and you can see they're heading for a hole in the wall on the far side of the library.
Yolar, can you punch a hole through this wall?
Oh yeah, he goes over and just doesn't
Kool-Aid
even
Man.
ask which wall. He just punches a wall. Yeah.
You don't even have to roll for that.
That's the family bookcase, as he says.
Shut up, you weenie.
Yolo, you do succeed in doing quite a bit of damage to an antique bookcase.
No, the hole where the mice are going. There's a hole in the wall. Can you push through there?
Oh yeah, he goes over. And
Maybe check and see what the material is first.
Yeah.
I try to capture a mouse too.
You want to capture a mouse?
You're planning on interrogating it?
Yes.
Okay, Saoirse, make a dex check, I guess. And Yolar, tell me how you're interacting with this wall.
Yolar just kind of braces himself and like touches it with one hand and then pulls back and then punches with the other.
That's dope. Make an attack roll with advantage.
Okay. 18.
18. many of the angry dudes we all knew in our 20s, you succeed in punching a hole in the wall. It's on an exterior wall of the castle, so you see the plaster break, the wallpaper rip, and there's a hole in the wall, but there's nothing behind it. It looks like it's an exterior wall.
Okay.
Saoirse, what was
Just punch
your
through the drywall.
what was your dex check?
I got a 5.
5. These mice are going a little too fast. Looks like they're booking it towards their little mouse hole.
Somebody block that hole.
I've got an idea. I can go after them.
Are they not going? So if you look out the hole, are they going outside, or are they like going somewhere in the walls that we can't see?
We're gonna need to punch more holes.
Well, look out the hole. Can you see the mice outside?
Yeah, not to be the guy that just keeps shattering windows, but have we considered shattering a window?
Sorry,
Oh, God.
my short bear says classic Kyle. I love you, dude. Hey, what are you guys doing?
What do we see looking out the hole? I mean, I know it goes outside, but do we see the mice?
The hole that Yolar punched didn't go all the way through the castle wall. He just did a significant amount of damage to it.
Keep punching.
You haven't really looked at the hole that the mice are going through.
Yeah, it's like through the mouse hole.
Somebody look.
I'm going to use Wild Shape to transform from a goose into a python or a snake, something that's like big enough to fit in the hole and follow them through the walls. But
And scare the shit out of them.
and yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Psychological warfare.
So you guys see the goose. Just yeah.
No, you still need to make the goose noise when you're a snake.
I mean, goose hiss, snakes hiss,
Yeah.
tomato. Like,
Yeah,
Isn't this a
good
yoga
point.
pose?
It's the weirdest thing seeing a snake trying to flap its wings. Yeah, goose becomes snake is
Yeah.
very hard.
It's
yoga.
goose to cobra
Goose is
transition. It's really good for your spine.
Part of the hamstring.
It's like yoga. Yeah.
Exactly. So, Spibby, yeah, you succeed. You turn into a cobra or a python, you said? It's a python?
Yeah, we'll go with a python so I can squeeze somebody.
Okay. So, as you do, you all see that the mice around Spibby, the python, start clearing in fear to get away from him. And they're still
Nice.
darting toward the mouse hole, but now they're giving him a wide berth.
Go up towards the mouse hole to cut them off.
As you approach the mouse hole, it looks like it's guarded. It actually looks like there is something letting the mice pass.
Mouse told.
Damn, I should have thought of that. next year. As you approach, you are met face to face with a tiny green amphibian guarding the doorway, and then letting these mice pass one by one, and then jumping in front of the hole again. As you get closer to it, face to face, you see that it's a toad. It's wearing a tiny red hat with a little white bauble on its tip. And it looks like he's holding this teeny tiny little wand in his webbed hand.
I just died and went to Christmas heaven. I'm sorry.
Right? Oh. I feel conflicted about this because he's got a wand and he looks kind of adorable and fun.
hey, remember, whatever you eat in Wild Shape, you don't actually eat. It'll come back out when you go
thank
back.
you. I always forget that. Yeah, I put the toad into my inventory.
You're coming with me.
Let me just throw away my notebook real quick.
I mean, it's still alive in there. It could do shit.
So, Spibby, you go to consume this little toad hole, which is easy enough to do. You know how to swallow a small creature. But imagine you just bit into something like a plastic gerbil ball. As your fangs go to clamp down on it, you see the shimmering force field around the toad. And it looks frownier than a toad normally looks. And then you see it open its mouth with a brop. And it emerges from its tiny gullet, erupts this tiny glowing dart. Brop. Pew! And this little glowing dart whistles towards your snake face, and it hits you right between the eyes. You take one adorable point of force damage.
Little Bastard shot me in the eye.
What's going on in there?
I say that in Snake.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you talk to them, or they just watch?
Do I speak snake?
I talk in Goose, but it comes out as Snake. Yeah.
Can you speak common as any of the animals you transform into? I can't
can
remember.
understand
With
it.
them. No, you can't.
You would hear back.
All right, as the next smallest thing here, I'll crouch down and look at the hole.
The toad looks up at you, and it actually makes eye contact with you, which is not something that happens every day.
Yeah.
And the same thing, Carix. You see it open its mouth, bop, and erupts a glowing dart straight from his gullet, and this one hits you in the cheek for a 1 point of force damage.
Guys,
Screw this toad.
Like, wait, what's your AC? Like a toad arrow is gonna hit you?
So
That's what I think it is. It's gonna hit. That's okay. I have something the toad doesn't, and that's a gun.
Oh my god.
Merry Christmas, everyone!
Yeah, there's two things that could end a campaign early: a TPK and a gun.
Yeah.
what's in the hole?
What's going on over there? What do you see? Is you're cutting out?
Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna shoot the toad with the gun.
You show
It's
it.
a magic gun, though.
Wait. We never tried diplomacy.
Nope, it's done. Carix, you take out your Christmas revolver with the silver handle, and you fire off a round at this adorable toad wearing a Santa hat. Roll an attack.
You guys remember that really kind guy who was just like chatting with us, and all we had to do was like ask him for something, and instead we slaughtered him in cold blood? I feel like.
Oh, muted.
You're
Yeah,
on
we didn't
mute.
catch any of that, Isabel.
What you got?
Why is it not picking up? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
You're also kind of choppy. It might be your connection a little bit. You're okay now though. You're
Okay.
okay. You're okay for the moment.
Okay. Well, I said I was gonna do it. In my defense, I didn't want to kill the old man last time, so I think me killing the toad evens it out.
Sure.
No, it doesn't.
Sure.
Every year, one of us gets to kill somebody.
I'm not the one on the naughty list, you guys. What happens when you fire off a round at the toad, Carix? What's your attack?
19 to shoot the toad.
19. So now you can all see this shimmering force field light up like the sun as Carix's round fires directly into it and then ricochets back at all of you. And in retribution, Spibby, you see, because this is right next to your face, the toad glows a little bit and erupts his mouth 3 of these glowing darts. Pew, 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 brop. And Carix, it just pew, 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 right in your face for 4 points of force damage.
Okay. This is going nowhere.
Okay, yeah, this isn't working.
I lay down flat and I get right up to the hole and just poke in and says, "Hey, little guy, listen, I think we got off on the wrong foot. What's your name?"
Brop.
Brop. Yeah, I'm Ted.
Brop.
Yeah, Brop. Right, I got it. Let's. How do we? What is it you need from us here?
Brop.
Yeah, Brop. Yeah, sure. You speak common?
Another glowing dart erupts from his gullet and it hits you in the eye. Theodore, you take 1 point of force damage.
Okay. All right, I'm done with this fucking guy.
But is the hole big enough to like reach my hand in?
If you could get past the toad, conceivably, yes.
So I'm still invisible. Can I try to reach my hand in and just grab the toad and pull him out of the hole?
You can try. When you reach down, your fingers don't touch the toad. It touches this invisible force field, and you see it shimmer as soon as you touch it. And then the toad looks suspiciously around it. Brop. And just out of spite, it fires off one of its little glowing darts into Neville this time. It hit you in the ankle. 1 point of force damage.
To Neville?
Yeah.
To me? Oh gosh.
That's what you fucking get for being you.
Those of you proficient in Arcana are welcome to roll to see if you can figure out what magic he's using.
I'm not, but
27.
27. Carix, you don't know why this didn't occur to you right out of the gate. This is a spell you have in your own arsenal. The toad's using Magic Missile.
That's what I thought it was
It's-
using, but like,
a mistletoe, guys.
All right, who's
realize
kissing
that.
it?
You're saying
I
Oh,
know, sorry, out of character because I can't in Snake, which is
you can get out of snake.
Thank you, Corey.
Aside, everyone.
just the head pops back into being a goose. It's a mistletoe.
Wait. We can't kiss it. Some of us have to kiss. Not it.
not it.
Not it.
Yolar, kiss your lawyer.
Where is my lawyer?
Who's
He looks
writing
around
everything
for his
down?
lawyer.
Right?
The,
Kiss your attorney.
the best you can figure is your attorney probably got turned.
Ah, the worst. First, I'm robbed of my prize. Then I have to come back here. I lose my lawyer. I was out of character. It's the best, but it's the worst.
I can't imagine what the billings are going to be for this.
I guess.
Okay. Did we in character? Sorry. Did we in character figure out that we got to kiss this toad?
Spibby
You have to
said it.
kiss under the
He's a snake, though, right? We didn't understand what he said.
Baby's a snake.
All right, Bibby drops the snake thing.
Okay. All right.
Oh, for God's sakes, it's a mistletoe. You just have to. Somebody has to kiss.
Well, you were just down there. Why didn't you kiss it?
I thought one of us had to kiss one of them. You kiss under the mistletoe.
Ah,
you
come
know.
here, Neville. I grab him and I kiss
Mistletoe.
him on the lips.
I'm so hoping this would happen.
Neville slaps Theodore across the face.
So, Spibby being closest to the magic missile toad, you notice his expression change slightly from frown to a little bit smilier, and his mouth opens again. Brop. But this time, instead of a magic missile, you see erupt this little pink bubble that grows and grows and grows, and it pops directly over Theodore and Neville. And Spibby being closest to the toad, you think you hear it say, "Oh yeah." So Theodore and Neville, you suddenly find the room around you growing larger and larger. Huge, even. What a curious feeling. Your bodies must be shutting up like telescopes. But as for your companions, they instantly shoot up to giant size around you. And you both look around and realize you have been shrunk down to mouse size. And the magic missile toad before you is now taller than you. And he takes a hop to one side to offer you passage into the mouse hole.
If I yell up and scream at them, like, will they hear me at this point, or am I too tiny?
You can try.
You guys gotta make out!
You guys hear it?
Saw what happened though, right?
Yeah, you all saw this.
Neville, you didn't taste half bad, buddy. I'm surprised. I expected you to taste like shit.
You would know what good taste tastes like if you brushed your teeth occasionally.
Well, I mean, I French your sister all the time, so.
Oh, Theodore.
I'm
All
gonna,
right, so there's 4 of us, 2 kisses, right?
yeah, and I'm just gonna get out of that detection.
I wonder which one of them's gonna kiss Spibby.
This is awkward.
There. Wanna flip a coin or something?
I just close my eyes and awkwardly just like put my lips out and just wait.
I'm too short. I can't reach you.
Oh,
I'll kneel down.
Take a running jump.
Ah, okay. Yeah, there.
Watch carefully, Theodore. We're about to see someone kiss a goose.
So, Saoirse and Carix, you're helping each other out with this?
Yeah.
Okay, so Saoirse, you bend way down, and you give Carix just a completely platonic, respectful peck. And,
Cool, I
and,
don't have lips.
and Theodore and Neville, you hear right beside you in this great booming voice, "Oh yeah." And another pink bubble erupts from this toad's mouth and floats up and gently breaks over Carix and Saoirse, and same thing. You both start shrinking downwards as the room shoots up around you. And in just a moment, you are standing just teeny tiny size next to Theodore and Neville.
Yolar's got to
same
kiss a
size
goose.
as them, or
Same.
am I significantly smaller?
I mean,
still?
you're a Batchbox car now. You're proportional to them.
Oh, so I'm like the same height as them now?
You are half their
Or am I
size
still
still because
Damn.
now you're like a baby mouse size. Sorry.
Aw.
This Toad is a
You're-
pervert.
You're a vole.
This Toad's fucked up, man.
Which just
He
leaves.
doesn't really care who kisses. He just wants to see it. He's quite the voyeur toad. Watch, we have to. Well, speaking of voyeurs, now we have to watch Yola kiss a goose.
Yolar gets a stance like he's ready for mortal kissing, and he's like, "Come to me, goose."
Oh.
And he's determined to do the best job.
It's for the Queen, Yolar.
Yeah.
I assume my voice is like really tiny and pitchy. It's for the Queen, Yolar. Yeah.
I love D&D so much.
Good.
Now the four of you hear it. Oh yeah! And another pink bubble comes up and burst on
I'm the
the.
Kool-Aid man.
He's just a cool jazzy toad. Yolar and Spibby, same thing. You each begin to shrink down and down and down. And as you do, you hear a splintering explosion sound. The barricade in the room is holding, but the door itself is starting to break. And you can see the first of one nutcracker start to crawl in over the
Like
barricade.
The Shining.
But you all are now mouse size, and the toad looks down at you. He goes, "All right," and he clears the way for you if you'd like to enter the mouse hole.
It's Matthew McConaughey in Toad
I was
form.
going to say the same exact thing.
Yeah.
Whose kids are these?
I'm gonna be the last person through the mouse hole because I'm gonna speak my rope of climbing's command word so it comes to me.
Cool.
I'm gonna be the first person through because that's what
Oh.
Neville would do.
Is that rope of climbing still rope like
Yeah,
big size though?
it's magic. I think it'll adjust to me.
Let's find out.
Oh,
And if not, a rope will just follow behind me.
Yeah, you're gonna smack all of us with a huge rope.
TPK.
This could come in handy.
Well,
You
just-
don't know.
we just ride the rope
Yeah.
like friggin' Dune is the same.
I'll just tell the rope to follow the staff and we'll just ride it. It'll be fine.
All right, so Neville, you're the first one in. Carrick's the last one in. I don't need your marching order for this, but I do want everyone to make a dexterity check.
So listen, as a teddy bear, my dex was -1.
All right.
My modifier is -1. So, as a human, should I still have that penalty?
It's Christmas, man. The queen gave you a literal +1 magic gem, so do with that what you will.
I might have been -2 before that.
Oh, God,
17.
20.
All right.
14.
15.
14.
Nice.
23.
You guys do great. What you find as you step through the mouse hole is not solid floor, and it kind of surprises you a bit. You're not sure what you expected, but it wasn't this. You guys find yourselves tumbling down a red and white striped slide. But you do all slide pretty gracefully in a nice orderly row. All of you behind Neville, one after another. You're gaining speed as you go. Just bonk into each other just a little bit. But
Who
it
slid the best?
it goes down for a while. You're not sure how far exactly because being mouse size, are you miles under the castle or like 2 feet above the castle? It's unclear. But you slide for almost a full minute and it's kind of in a curly cue. You get a little bit dizzy as you go until finally you come to the bottom of the slide, some of you landing more gracefully than others, and you find yourselves in a pure white marble room. The only light in the room is coming from 2 bright sconces on the far wall, on either side of a huge floor-to-ceiling mirror. And the rest of the room seems empty.
Does anything seem off about the mirror as Neville takes a gaze into it or glance towards it?
Make a perception check.
That would be a 13.
13. Yeah, you look at yourself, dashing as always. It takes you a moment to realize something is just a little bit off about it. In your reflection, you see the floor around you is scattered with cardboard boxes. But when you look behind you, the floor is empty.
Does anybody else see what I'm seeing here? Cardboard boxes in the mirror, but white marble floor? Does anybody see this?
I walk over to the mirror.
You see the same thing, Theodore. You see all around the floor by your feet, there's cardboard boxes, but you do not see them in the room next to you.
I reach out and touch the mirror, put my hand on it.
Solid glass.
I try to pick up where I think a box is. Like I'm looking in the mirror and I'm like, okay, box?
Okay. Make an intelligence roll.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Boom!
25.
You do it almost like a ballet dancer, Carrick. So you squat down, you pick up a medium-sized cardboard box, and it feels strange, like you're playing make-believe, because you don't feel anything. There's no resistance in your hands whatsoever. But you focus on what your reflection is doing and where it should be going, and you can watch your reflection pick up the box. And with that intelligence roll, you can read that there's writing scrawled on the outside of this box, too. It's labeled sweet snacks. In the reflection, it's backwards, but you can make it out.
Yeah. All right, can I use one of my claws and try to open the box?
Sure. Yeah, you can't see anything inside, but you might be able to make out what it is if you hold it up to the reflection of the mirror.
Yeah, I'll tilt it forward so I can see what's in the box that I can't feel.
Looks like figgy pudding. And the rest of you looking in the mirror, you notice maybe 5 or 6 other boxes in the reflection of the mirror.
Well, let's check them out.
I'm gonna try to pick one up with my goose wings. At it.
Anyone who wants to mess with a box, make an intelligence roll.
I will. Neville picks up a box as well.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Wow.
Natural 20.
Oh.
What?
16.
18.
10.
That's actually good enough. You all manage to slowly work your way, not bumping into each other, pick up what feels like a make-believe box. It feels a little stupid doing it, but you can all examine a box in your reflection. And you kind of have to make out the writing on all your boxes backwards, but you can do it. Neville, you can make out that your box says savory snacks. Yolar, your box says healing potions. Theodore, your box says rainbow wear. Saoirse, you pick up a box that says snow people stuff. And Spibby, just by weird coincidence, your box is labeled more GD birds, and it looks like it's been scribbled angrily.
I try to reach my hand in the box. What was my rainbow? Go. So let's open. I can't like mime and talk at the same time.
Sorry.
The boxes are closed, right? So I'll just make an attempt to kind of cut it open with my fingers, my hands, just bluntly.
Okay. As you do, 2 things happen. You can see in the reflection that it looks like there's shirts and tank tops and stuff with rainbows on them. They're very beautiful. And as you do that, you feel a piercing pain in your neck, Theodore. You take 1 point of piercing damage. You look around you, there's nothing there, and you swat at where you felt the pain, and you don't feel anything. But you look up in the mirror, and you all see there's these gremlins creeping out of the shadows toward you. They have these big, pointy, floppy ears, and they're all wearing festive, brightly colored sweaters. And they start creeping towards you, and some of them are flying. Theodore, the one near you, it looks like it's flying its little wings and trying to bite at you.
What's going on? Look in the mirror. Look at them all.
Maybe they're all dressed festive. You think we should dress festive?
We have our rainbow shirts.
Yeah.
Snow people stuff.
They didn't come out of the box, right? I didn't even get a chance to really look in the box, did I? Because they got attacked.
Yeah, it looks like they didn't come out of the box. The best you can tell is they were in the reflection of the mirror room. Oh, go ahead.
Is there a way to, is there a place in the room where you're not in the reflection of the mirror?
Yes, if you go back a little bit to further where you came in, then you would not be in the reflection.
I just wanted to know that.
Okay. After this happens to you, Theodore, and you all become alert, and you can probably see 4 or 5 of these little gremlins stalking out of the shadows with their cute little sweaters. You hear a demonic whispering coming from around you. Christmas merry, I wish you we. Carrick's
What was that?
one bites you in the leg.
Wish
You take
you
2
were
points of
merry.
piercing damage.
We wish you a Merry
Oh.
Christmas.
Wait, how much piercing damage?
2 points of piercing damage to Carrick's.
Do I see? Can Yolar see what's in the box that he's holding?
Yeah, what box did I say you had?
The healing potion?
No, the one that that Theodore's holding.
Oh yeah, you can see what's you can see what's in each other's boxes, but so far you only know the one that says sweet snacks has a pudding in it, and Theodore's has some rainbow colored clothing in it.
Alright, I want to put on one of the rainbow colored clothings.
Same
Or-
here. I'm gonna quickly
Right.
don my gay
Yeah.
apparel.
Carrick's,
Yeah.
it looks
Perhaps
absolutely
sorry.
adorable on you. Yolar, it doesn't fit over your head.
Yeah.
Can I wear it as a hat?
Yes, you can. Christmas merry, I wish you we. Spibby, this one bites you in the arm. You take 1 point of piercing damage.
Huh.
Do,
Christmas Mary, I wish
do
you
we have to figure out what Christmas
We
song-
wish you a Merry Christmas!
Well, I already said it.
We wish you a merry.
Do we have to sing?
What if it has
I'm not
something-
singing. I'm not singing.
What if it has something to do with the boxes we're holding? Each box probably has a Christmas song related to it. Do we have to sing it back?
It's all the lines from the song.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, so it is.
Good Carol. And we bring you some figgy pudding, right? I offer the figgy pudding to the little gremlins.
Yay! You can see yourself holding the figgy pudding, even though you don't feel it in your hands. But in the reflection, you see the gremlin go yum, 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 and flies off.
Hey, it worked!
Was that was in my snack box?
I believe
'Cause I
it-
had this.
I believe it was. But Neville, you notice one more box at your feet. If you want to look at that real quick.
I pick it up.
It's labeled mimics. Anyway, you hear more demonic whispering around you. This time you guys hear, ah la 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 off.
All right.
And I'll open my box. They had snow people or something.
I don't know any of the lyrics of that song other than the fa la 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 la.
Give the rainbow shirts to them.
Yeah. Here, little guy, you want one of these? You know, I hope-
Don we now our gay apparel.
Okay, so Theodore, you open the box. You pull out this really tiny, cute little crop top that's splashed with a huge, brightly colored gay pride flag. And the gremlin closest to you snatches it from your hand. And in the mirror, you can see him whip off his ugly Christmas sweater, and he replaces it with this rainbow crop top. And
You look dashing, my guy.
he's like, I know it, baby. He's donned his gay apparel, and he slinks back off into the shadows. You hear more whispering this time around you.
Just do it.
Owns to tell. Owns to tell.
Let it snow! Let it snow! Let it snow!
Yola, you see one kind of hovering around your ear, getting ready to...
I handed the healing potion.
It smashes it on the floor and breaks.
Oh, I don't think that was it.
I hand
Worth a
him
shot.
the
Hey,
snow.
what are the other boxes? Neville, you remember these things.
This is snow people. I don't know what's in the box.
Oh, people, open here. Neville runs over towards Cersei and tries to cut it open with his dagger.
Okay.
The box. Take what's inside it.
The box that has snow people stuff, you find like a corncob pipe, there's buttons and coal.
No, what are the other boxes?
This is a snowman. Yeah, that's not this.
More cheaty birds.
Spibby, you open the box, this is more GD birds. It's this enormous box of haunting taxidermied birds, like French hens, turtle doves, a few swans, handful of geese. It's deeply upsetting for you. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. It's also
Look
some
at
kind of
Starting with
partridge.
the gnomes. This is horrible.
Which one of these boxes has snow in it?
Are there any other boxes, or have we picked them all up?
There
There's
was
the one with snow people stuff.
I think that's the closest one, but
there was also the box that said mimics and a box that said savory snacks.
Savory snacks had the pudding in it, right?
That was sweet snacks.
Oh.
So I'll open the savory snack for my.
All right,
I
Karen.
can take water.
Open it.
Endless water. I have the
Oh my
decanter.
god, you're gonna
water.
make snowmen out of your endless water.
Yes, I will. I make a little snowman, freeze it, and make.
We haven't gotten to Frosty yet.
Do you, Spibby, do you add like the corncob pipe that you found in the reflection box too, or just the shape of the snowman?
okay.
Put the pipe in. Put the coals, whatever is there.
Make a performance check for me.
Okay.
If anyone can perform, it's a goose.
21.
Boom!
Nice.
Even though you're being attacked by shadow creatures, and this is the weirdest day you've had in a year, you can't help but just be taken aback by how beautiful this piece of art Spibby has created. Like, it just really embodies the spirit of Christmas with its little smile and its pipe, which makes it extra sad when you see a gremlin in the mirror go, "Fuck this snowman!" Just kicks it over and destroys it. In the savory snacks box, you find a bag of dried corn kernels.
Dried corn, what?
Dried corn
Corn
kernels.
Pop 'em?
Something about an open fire, maybe? Or is that chestnuts?
Chestnuts.
Owns hit tail.
Let it snow. Yeah.
What other lyrics from Let It Snow?
I have this box here that says mimics. Do I know what a mimic is? Oh,
No,
sorry.
no, the corn.
There you go.
Who's got fire? We need to make some popcorn.
Need to make anything with it or just hand it?
How can we can just give him the corn. Like, here, little guy, can you do something with this?
Is that what you do?
Yeah,
I give him the corn.
I hand him some corn. Yeah, just a little bit.
All right, Theodore, it's so weird picking up nothing and then seeing your reflection hold it up, but you see the gremlin grab this corn for popping out of your hand and just run out screaming, "Popcorn, yay!" and disappear into the shadows.
Nice.
There's only one gremlin left, and it's bigger than all the rest, and you see it flapping ominously above you, and you can hear his little demonic screeching, and he says to you guys, "Nam nose off yeet surf." Neville, you see it land on your shoulder, and it tries to bite your face. 1 piercing damage, whatever.
Okay. I swatted away.
I don't know what he said.
Try to.
The
No
bird.
piercing damage. I don't know why I rolled a die.
I need a piece of paper.
Arfief naf nufurfus. What?
Nam nose off yeet surf.
Eat surf. 40 of. Nam nose and I've used for. Man. Frosty the Snowman.
Do I have anything left in the box? I think I have a scarf. I don't.
Well, build the snowman again. Do it again.
But it's destroyed, right? Or do we still have? Can we?
The
pick
I
it
mean, he
up?
kicked it over. We can stand
Take
it back
water
up
again and make this snowman with angry coal eyes.
With the
You
little-
gotta have the hat.
Tell him happy birthday.
Where's the corncob pipe? Where'd it go?
So you find all the pieces that was in the snow people stuff. You put the little corncob pipe and the buttons and little coal, even though it looks angrier now. And this gremlin, you can see it flap down to the floor. And then it looks up at you, Spibby. Like, he's gonna kick over my snowman again. And then he gives it a great big hug. Hey, snowman! And he tries to like drag it with him into the shadows. It doesn't go anywhere, so he's just chilling on the floor. But as that happens, you all hear this sharp cracking sound. And you see the mirror in front of you is splintering. And it's starting to spider web out in 1,000 directions. And then all at once, the glass shatters and falls to 1,000 pieces on the floor in front of you, revealing a large entryway into another room.
Who could have just broken the mirror the whole damn time? Damn
Yola, why didn't you think of that? Let's go.
You're so good at punching.
guy who can punch holes in walls.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to take a break here? Because it's a good
Yes.
spot.
Yeah.
Ooh, we're ahead of schedule.
Doing good, you guys. Everybody hanging out in the chat, thank you so much for being here. We're having a blast hanging out with you. Give us 5 minutes. We'll be right back. Love you guys.
Thanks for watching.
And we're back.
Hey,
You okay,
you
Theodore?
solved your Christmas puzzle.
Yeah, I had some light bulbs where you don't want them.
All right, we're going to get back into it. Again, thank you, everybody, watching, chatting with us at home. This is like 10 times more fun because you guys are here, so thank you for being with us.
Oh yeah. And also anybody who's watching, there's a little heart button down at the bottom that you can click, and that follows us. And if you ever wanna, we stream maybe once or twice a week. It'll give you a notification when we're streaming. You can come hang out.
Thanks for the plug.
Make sure you smash that like button.
Yeah.
This always sounds dirty. Here's a Wintara. You ready to save Christmas?
Or die trying.
Let's,
Ready to save the queen.
Call it saving Christmas.
So, you're still in the mirror room. You still have a vague idea of where those boxes were. Did you want to explore any of the other boxes before you make your way into the next room?
Yeah, wait, hold on. I saw that the healing potion got shattered. Are there any more in there by any chance?
Yeah, you noticed when Yolar pulled out a healing potion to offer it to the gremlin, it became tangible on your side of the mirror. So, if you can find your way to where that box was, you might be able to find a couple more.
I think he's still holding it.
You're still holding the box?
Yeah.
Then yeah, Carrick, you can just go ahead and reach in, see what you can find.
Start grabbing.
Okay. You pull out 3 potions of healing from that box, and as they emerge from nothing, from invisibility into 3 potions in your hand. Did anyone...
All right, who wants an early Christmas present?
Maybe you should hold on to them.
I didn't take a bunch of missiles in my face, so I'm doing okay.
Some of you got a little beaten up by that toad. I don't know if you...
Yeah, no, I might pop a healing potion real quick.
I'm just gonna close the taxidermy box back.
Thanks for the follow,
You don't need a
Cater.
potion.
Oh, thank you.
I think it's 2d4 plus 4,
You got
right?
it. Yep.
Wow. Rolled real bad. Got 5 healing, though. That's better than nothing.
That's something. Anybody else need to do anything before you move on?
Neville just is ready to go.
All right. So you step over the broken pieces of the glass mirror shards into the next room, and it looks like an old workshop. Like, it kind of looks like what Carrick's artificer's workshop would be if Carrick's were your 800-year-old grandpa or something. It smells of wood shavings and mechanical grease. On the walls, you can see just shelves full of rusty tools. And underneath is an antique workbench, and it's just littered with old cans of paint and mechanical parts. On the other end of the room stands this ancient-looking suit of armor. Its surface is marred with just centuries of grime. Its plating is rusted through so thoroughly you can see through it in places. And it's holding a very old halberd in its hands.
What is this place?
Suddenly, you all hear this ear-piercing, metallic, screeching noise. You look across the room, and it looks like the old suit of armor is shambling to life. I need everybody to make a Constitution save.
Yeah.
20.
8.
Ooh, 17.
10.
18.
16.
Okay, Yolar and Sershi. The screeching noise of rusted metal on metal is so painful on your eardrums that you become deafened for the next minute. And it continues. It continues on. You see this suit of armor, and it's just reverberating in the room.
Right. I just
Who's got some oil?
Let me check my pack that I carry on me.
I take a scroll of parchment out and just scribble on it best I can with Goose, beacon pen and all that. Silent night.
Oh, Silent Night.
Screech.
Holy Night.
The suit of armor starts trying to shamble towards you.
As Theodore says, "Holy night," Yola has a great idea and pulls out his sword and starts to thrust his sword towards at the night.
Yes.
No, he can't hear him say it. Never mind. I just realized he wouldn't have heard him say it anyway.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Rewind.
Hey, you Knight, sleep in heavenly peace or something.
It raises its arm to kind of like wave at you, and just the screeching again.
All right. Can I
What else is
cast?
in the room?
Can I cast prestidigitation on it? Maybe if I make it silent again.
Sure. Okay, so you cast prestidigitation, and you watch as a lot of the rust is removed, and this old holy night is now sparkling a bit. It's so old that it can't quite sparkle, but it's at least a bit like shinier than it used to be. But it didn't quite do anything for the joints, and you can see it try and move its halberd. It's still groaning pretty loudly.
I'm gonna look around. Is there anything on the tool table for the workbench?
Like oil or
Make an investigation check.
Oh my god, this dice suck.
stop using it.
That one.
That one.
I'm gonna switch my dice now.
That's a big dice bag. Holy
You can't even find the workbench. You start looking on the wrong side of the room, and you're like, this dungeon makes no sense. Can't see it.
Guys, it's fine. I'm an artificer. I actually have oil (flask) in my inventory.
Do you really?
Yeah, you can look at it if you want.
I believe you. You guys are no longer
Been better
deafened, by the
since
way.
Last year.
I feel like a minute would have gone by, so you're no longer deafened.
Okay, but someone taller than me needs to apply it. I can't reach its shoulders. Or you could hold me up.
I'll come over and I'll pick Carrick's up and just hold it. Hold
And
it.
then I'll pick Theodore up while he's holding Carrick's.
So you guys
Oh, Jesus, okay.
Oh!
So you guys become not a human, but a Goliath human kobold snowman. And working together with Carrick's oil can, you manage to lubricate all of this poor rusty knight's creaking joints. And you still hear the and then it kind of goes away and it stops. And his visor opens. There's nothing inside. It's a completely empty suit of armor, but it just seems brighter a bit. And the suit of armor bangs his halberd on the stone floor. And when he does, you see a doorway magically open behind him. Just appears.
Thank you, kind knight.
It nods its metal head at you and then steps aside, just tiny bit squeakily, so you can pass by.
Cheers, dude. Let's go.
Good job, everyone. Now, if we could only do this a little faster, please.
Yeah, okay. You really helped this one, Neville. Let's go.
So you guys step into the next room.
Mm-hmm.
Neville, there was a box of mimics back there you left completely open. Or they're just sitting there. You could have,
Wait, before we leave the room, is there anything interesting?
Yeah, on the workbench.
Yeah, anything on the
Useful.
workbench that might be interesting? I can do an investigation. That should
Make an investigation check.
Natural 20, 22.
Natural
Oh.
22. Deep in one of the drawers of the old workbench, you find 10 platinum pieces.
Yeah.
And even better than that, Carrix, you nerd, you find a box of mechanical parts that you can use for some of your inventions.
This is great. Oh god, I hope they get big with us again, or else this is gonna be sad. Or I could build the world's tiniest, like, spider or something.
Start paying with the platinum stays the same size. You're trying to pay someone with like platinum dust.
I swear I'm
Must
good
be,
for
they're
it.
real coins, yeah. Can Neville do like a search after he sees everybody's found really awesome stuff? He kind of gives like an after
Sure.
thought just searching through it.
That is Neville's nature. Go ahead and make an investigation
Yeah.
check.
He's like expecting to find really awesome stuff. And what was investigation? So 7.
7.
Yeah.
You find a helm of comprehend languages. It makes you look like a fucking idiot. You'd think it would make your character look awesome, but it doesn't. When you put it on, your character looks dumb now.
For
So,
everybody watching, that's an inside joke, and it's hilarious.
sorry for my language, kids. Sorry, you can add that to your inventory. Please feel free.
Okay, all right.
We gotta hurry up.
Fucking stupid helm of comprehend
It makes you look
languages.
so dumb, and you were so excited to get it, but now that you wear it, your character looks like an idiot.
You comprehend all languages, but no one wants to talk to you.
If only you'd found a ring of friendship with a higher roll, but... Okay. You guys ready to move on, or you want to keep poking around?
Let's go.
I guess Leolar will investigate as well.
All right, make an investigation check.
19.
19. This is weird, it shouldn't be here, but deep underneath the workbench, you find an old red sack, and when you open it, there's a +2 great axe.
Take it.
Yeah, why wouldn't it be?
Hey,
Mhm.
Yolar, listen. This helm, it's wondrous, it's rare. Would you like to trade?
It looks stupid.
This could be yours. Does it though? Look at it on me, and I put it on my head.
No, he's right. It looks real stupid.
Don't I look?
You look somehow stupider.
Yeah.
And then when you're trying to do the Christmas swap and you get the bad present, you're trying to get the people to steal it from you.
You know, Neville, you look better with it on.
Yeah, this isn't a white
Oh,
elephant.
boy.
Let's get out of here.
All right. I do keep it on.
You look dumb. But now you can understand everything everyone says.
Is that a condition? The look dumb condition?
Yes.
Your charisma is -5 charisma.
Leolar speaks to him in giant and tells him that he looks dumb.
Can we just go, please? I let everybody else go first. I just take the helm off and I just like toss it behind me.
No!
You look really stupid. I say that in Elvish.
You don't understand that. But you do hear something clattering in the room behind you. So the next room you all step into is dark and cold. It feels like you might be deep underground, or at least in a basement. The stone walls are flickering with torchlight, and as you make your way in, you notice a few things. The first thing you notice is there's 3 small red sacks on the floor nearby. There's also 3 humanoid figures on the opposite end of the room. And as you make one step closer, you also feel something very large and smooth beneath your feet. You look down and you see this enormous brass plaque on the floor with writing on it.
The writing said, what's the plaque say?
We know we have that helmet.
It's in a very ancient language. No, it's in common. It says, "The nice one always tells the truth.
Oh.
The naughty one always lies. The Grinch can either lie or tell the truth."
Nick,
I walk over to one of the bags and just open it up.
Okay. You see that there's 3 bags and they're all labeled. One says nice, one says naughty, and one says the Grinch. Which one?
I'm gonna go open the nice bag.
It has a
Hey,
can.
don't you?
Has a candy cane in it.
Shut up. Candy cane?
we have to give the presents to the people over there.
Neville wants to look like he's contributing, so he walks over to the naughty bag.
I It's full of coal.
Hey,
What'd you say?
It's full of coal.
All of them, the last bag.
Roast beast.
Damn, I should have done that. The Grinch bag has this dingy, dirty, gray Santa hat in it.
and what else is in the room?
You can actually feel their gaze upon you. There's 3 humanoid figures standing all the way across this long room.
Which one of you is the liar?
That would be Theodore.
No, it's not Theodore. You're the
I'm
liar.
not asking you. I'm asking.
Saoirse, when you look at them, they're all different people, might be the word for it. On the left is this very small elf with braided pigtails. She's only about 2 feet high. She's wearing a green vest and a sparkling red bow tie. In the middle is a friendly-looking snowman. He's way smaller than the snowman you killed last year. And when he looks at you, the coal on his face forms into a small smile. And he lifts a stick arm to wave at you. And on the right is an old human man. He has a mess of long gray hair and he's chewing on a toothpick. He wears only ragged trousers on his frail form, except for an oversized block letter belt. And he's holding a flimsy wooden cane in one hand.
Oh, which one goes to which, but
Which one? I'll go up to the girl 1st. Which one? Or what would that old man say that he's a nice one or no?
Hi. Carl is naughty.
But he would say that. Would he say that he's a nice one? Would he say that he's not?
What?
Fucking Carl.
Carl is naughty.
Which one is Carl?
Points.
so Saoirse goes to each one and say, point to the one that's a liar, to the little girl. Point to the one that's the liar.
The elf girl just says it again.
The elf's naughty. No,
Okay,
wait, I'm the
and-
elf. I mean, I say the Carl is naughty.
And the one in the middle, the snowman, he says, "The elf is nice." And then the old man on the end says, "I'm the Grinch."
So
I mean, that seems like it checks out.
So, what if the old man there is actually the elf, and he's lying? He's saying he's the Grinch.
You mean he's nice?
Girl.
The old man says, "I am the Grinch."
You are the Grinch, but what if you're the elf?
No.
The elf
no.
says,
no, it's,
I'm an elf.
Am I a goose?
Carl is naughty.
Oh, you.
Did you say the same thing?
so one's nice, one's naughty, and one's the Grinch.
right.
Correct.
I think they're representing themselves truthfully. I think we just have to ask questions about something else to figure this out.
Who's behind stealing Queen Wintara?
What?
What? I mean, where's the staff?
I don't know.
That's probably true.
We should
Or
figure this
lying.
out quickly because last time we were in this situation, Neville put a crossbow bolt through the old man's head.
That is what I was gonna do next. I was gonna put it up to the old human's head.
All reliable.
Yeah.
So the plaque on the floor says, "The nice one always tells the truth. The naughty one always lies. And the Grinch can either lie or tell the truth."
Snowman and say, which one is the girl elf?
Well, the elf is nice.
The other one is saying that the elf is naughty.
The elf says,
No, Carl is naughty.
I give up on my notes.
Nice always tells the truth.
Who's Carl?
The Grinch, which one is the elf, nice or naughty?
Spibby, make a perception check.
Yeah. 24.
It's gleaming right in your eye. The old man's block letter belt buckle spells out the word Carl.
Naughty. Or he's
What was
lying.
she saying?
She could be the Grinch, and she could be telling lies if she wants to, but then that would mean that he.
Mr. Snowman, what's your name, sir?
Oh, the elf is nice. This is the 12 Days of Christmas puzzle. This is where my campaign dies.
Yeah. So can I just reiterate what maybe Neville has perceived? So there's one that is a little elf girl.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That has said the elf is naughty.
No,
Is
the
that
elf
right?
said Carl is naughty.
Oh, I wrote that down wrong. That's why I'm getting confused. Okay.
So there's the elf, the snowman, and Carl.
Yep. And then the snowman said that the elf is nice, right?
Yes.
And then Carl
says, I'm the Grinch.
They can't all be telling the truth, though.
But one of
Yeah.
them has to be telling the
One of
truth,
them has to be lying, though.
and one of them's just the Grinch.
somebody in the chat right now is like they don't put it.
Thanks for sticking with us,
Oh,
guys.
looks like
Yeah.
everybody dropped out. Damn it.
We're at -2 viewers. Just kidding.
I'm actually playing a game on my phone right now. I'll just get now. What did the little girl said? She said Carl is
Naughty.
She said
No-
Carl is
naughty.
naughty.
The snowman is saying elf is nice.
And Carl saying I'm the Grinch.
Right.
Yeah.
So couldn't they?
So
that
one
could-
of those two has to be lying.
One of them has to be lying, right? Because
Yeah.
if the snowman's saying, like, she's nice, then if he's telling the truth and she's telling the truth, no, she could be telling the truth about. No. Shit.
she's nice, Carl's naughty.
And the
And-
snowman's the Grinch.
Yes.
Yeah, because he always lies. When he said, I'm the Grinch, that's the lie. So.
Yeah.
if she's telling the
Mike.
truth.
Yeah.
Looking at my notes, trying to. Yeah.
No, I need a piece of paper.
Oh, turn your mic.
Yeah.
I walk over to the bags, and I grab the candy cane, and I give it to the snowman, and I give the coal to Carl, and I give the Santa hat to the elf.
The elf looks crestfallen.
Yeah.
What have you done? Give me that.
And the
Snap it.
other two just like stare
Oh.
at it. But the elf looks hurt.
I'm
It's a
sorry.
candy cane. You don't stare at it. You eat it.
I give the candy cane to the elf, and then the coal to the one to Carl, and the
Grinch hat.
the Grinch hat to the snowman.
So you hand the candy cane to the elf, and she looks up at you with delight. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. It looks delicious. Merry Christmas. I love you. And the snowman looks kind of pleased. He puts the hat on his head. And Carl, the old man, looks down at the coal in his hands. And then he looks up furiously at you, Neville. You think I'm naughty, do you? You know what's naughty? Shooting an old man in the face with a crossbow!
Fucking knew it was him.
The floor beneath your feet starts to rumble.
I try to pull out my crossbow really quickly as this is happening.
I shove him over.
Don't shoot him again.
You prick! Don't do it again! I shove him over as the floor starts to open up.
The brass plaque on the floor looks like the words on it are blurring. The letters in the nice one, the naughty one, the Grinch start magically rearranging themselves. And the brass plaque starts to smoke and blacken, and the floor beneath you rumbles harder. And you look down at the plaque, and you see it's starting to spell out something else. The Mouse King. always lies. And you hear a bang of the old man's wooden cane rapping on the floor. And as he does, the little elf lets out a shriek. Ah! And her body and face start to contort and harden, becoming shiny and stiff. And a fluffy white beard begins to sprout from beneath her chin. Another bang of the cane on the floor, and the snowman's coal smile forms to a frown. And the little corncob pipe falls out of his mouth, and his body begins to freeze and stiffen, and you guys watch in horror as the little elf and snowman are painfully transfigured into life-size nutcrackers.
These things again.
The old man lets out a cackle, and he turns to you, Neville.
Ha! Did you think I wouldn't remember, Sonny? The Mouse King never forgets. Ah, crooked son of a bitch!
And with one more bang of his cane on the floor, the old man moves supernaturally fast towards you, his face elongating, his skin stretching, the whiskers of his shabby beard shifting to the sides of a growing pointed nose. And before your eyes, the old man, Carl, has hideously morphed into a 4-foot snarling white mouse. His ragged clothes have been pulled up into this dirty purple velvet cape around his neck, and it looks like a jagged tin crown is formed on his head. And in his clawed hands, his cane has morphed into a long wooden staff. Very familiar looking staff. Neville.
This is your fault, you son of a bitch! You heard him.
Neville, he lunges at you, and he tries to plunge the staff into your chest. Make a strength saving throw.
Okay.
Can I help him?
Oh, Jesus.
Certainly try.
Can I, all right. Yeah, I'm not going to use my inspiration. 5?
5.
Yeah.
The staff hits you full on in the solar plexus. You feel the wind knocked out of you, and he knocks you prone. And then he snarls at you and goes to make a bite attack at your throat. Does a 14 hit?
Armor class. It barely hits.
It barely hits. You feel
Barely.
you feel his stinking teeth sink into the flesh of your neck. You take 6 piercing damage and 3 points of poison damage.
Ooh.
Are you?
Is it too late to use that inspiration to re-roll this?
Yes.
Just kidding.
Merry Christmas. Are you resistant to poison though? I think that's one of your things.
Oh, I am. You're right.
Well, there
Yeah.
you go. You only take 2 points poison damage. Everybody else, let's roll for initiative.
That was one of them.
Do I roll for initiative as well? I
Yeah,
assume?
go for it.
Yeah. Okay.
Nat 20.
19.
Dang.
Don't tell me yet. Don't tell me yet.
Oh, sorry.
I always forget. Constitution save or check, right? Basically.
I think it's Dex.
Oh, Dex. So 19. 17.
Okay, don't tell me
Oh,
yet.
no. Oh, sorry. I didn't hear that.
I'm so excited.
All right.
Very Neville of you.
20,
Yeah.
25 to 20.
20.
20. Nice. 19 to 15.
19.
19.
17.
19. 17.
Well, you also had 17, didn't you?
15 to 10.
18. It was 18, not 17.
18. 18 for Neville. Yolar, what'd you get?
5.
5. Carrix?
8.
8. Excellent. So the Mouse King, with his staff placed firmly on Neville's chest, turns to his 2 new nutcrackers, and with a clawed fist, he snarls at them and points down to Neville and says,
Kill this one first.
and Neville, he is going to cast, Earth Tremor. So
God.
all of you, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Is this? I'm sorry. Have you been planning this revenge on me for the last year?
What? This is totally random. I don't know what you're talking about.
10.
10? Okay.
14.
11.
17.
19.
All right, everybody who didn't beat a 12, you are knocked prone, and you take 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
I was already prone, right? So.
All right.
Double
I think-
There we go.
Yeah, and you remain prone. Saoirse, what are you doing?
I take out my long sword, and I'm gonna go after the Rat King.
The-
Or the, yeah.
All right, roll an attack.
$21.
Ooh, 21 will hit. What's your damage?
And... and then there's also... Sorry, I'm still learning this one. And then so there's an extra.
Yeah.
This
Or
one?
yeah.
Plus 14
That's
damage.
14. What kind of damage is that?
So I did slashing damage for both those.
Awesome. So you guys see, like, the true spirit. There's a reason that Saoirse is the captain of the Wintara Royal Guard, because in just one quick draw, she pulls her longsword and slashes at the Mouse King, and you see him, but he doesn't let go of his hold on the staff in Neville's chest. Do you want to do anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay, Spivvy, you're up.
All right. Reaching, down to Spivvy's belt, pulling the handle on the rapier that turns out not to be a rapier, but a snowman's carrot nose.
Yes.
Yeah.
Last year's loot.
Yep. Spivvy is going to run up towards the Mouse King. Does an 18 hit.
And 18 will hit.
All right. That will deal 9 points of piercing damage.
9 points of piercing damage. Oh my. And you two are now flanking him. You've got him cornered on either side, and Neville is on the floor at your feet. Anything else for you?
Just checking real quick to see if I can do anything as a bonus action. I don't think I can, unless you wild shape is an action now. So no, yep, that's it.
Okay. Theodore, what are you doing? Mike?
Do I want to save Neville again?
Oh, come on. He's not that bad, is he?
Well,
He's a dick. Let's be honest.
yeah, he's a mega dick. All right, so I've got two-handed fighting. I'm gonna attack our assailant here, who's got Neville pinned with my snowman's branch arm.
Nice.
And see what happens. It's a +8 on the hit for that. Let's see. Good thing it's a +8. 13 to hit.
13 just misses. You slash at his back, and you see it cut through his purple cloak, but doesn't quite make contact with him. He snarls at you.
All right, I'll take my bonus action with two-handed fighting. Two-weapon. Was it two-handed or two-weapon?
I think you have two-handed, yeah.
Yeah, it's two-weapon fighting. So I'll use my other attack with another melee weapon. Use my mace. Again against our assailant here. That is much better. +7, Jesus. That is going to be dirty 25 to hit.
That will definitely hit.
Nice.
1d6 + 4. That is 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, yeah. He hisses at you, and he's going to use his reaction to retaliate now that you're all in pretty close range of him. And he picks up his staff, jabs it into Neville's chest again, and you see this magical force radiate out, and appearing within these ripples, a swarm of mice. And they're even dirtier than the last ones you saw in the palace. He's casting infestation. You all need to make a Constitution saving throw. Spibby, Saoirse, and Theodore. Oh, and Neville, yeah, because you're just in it.
All right.
16.
18.
15.
Right, you actually all pass, so you will only take 3 points of poison damage, unless you're resistant, and then you take half that.
Poison damage? Is that what you said?
Poison damage.
All right. Half rounded up. Okay.
Theodore, anything else for your turn?
I guess that's probably. I can't use my scroll wheel and hold control to talk at the same time because it zooms the page. It's like I'm trying to read. Sugar pants. I guess that's it.
All right, next up is the elf nutcracker, and you look, and she's the tiniest of all the nutcrackers you've seen tonight, but she just has like dead, expressionless wooden eyes and and a silver sword for a hand. So as commanded by the Mouse King, she will rush to Neville and make a slash at his throat.
These are definitely like T1000 nutcrackers.
What is her plus? Does a 13 hit?
Yes.
Neville.
Oh, yeah.
You're so squishy.
I know. I know. And that's with the... Never mind.
Oh, there goes my Artema dice.
Wait, does 13 you said? I'm sorry, I thought you said 14.
13. It's 13
No,
hit?
13 does not hit, sorry.
Okay. You see your friends around you manage to shirk her weapon away so it doesn't actually land a blow on you. Next up is the Snowman Nutcracker. He's about the same size as most of you. Not as big as Yolar, but he's big. But now he looks like a nutcracker made entirely of ice. You haven't seen one like this tonight. And instead of a silver sword for an arm, he just has an ice sword. Super sharp looking, extending from the front of his body. And he marches over to Neville and again tries to make a slash. He's trying to cut his hat off.
Well deserved.
That's a 10 to hit.
That does not hit.
Yeah, Saoirse, you just push the snowman away from Neville. You're just trying to keep him alive till you can get up again. Carix, what are you doing?
All right, at this point, honestly, I'm taking out my Christmas cracker revolver, and
A holiday slaughter.
it's my turn to shoot the old man, okay? And I'm gonna take a shot. Hopefully ending this whole man's career.
And I took offense to that.
23 to hit.
23 will hit.
Doing 14 damage.
Crackshot Carix from across the room lifts her festive revolver and manages to shoot cleanly between the rest of you surrounding the Mouse King for 14 points. Is that piercing damage?
Yeah, magical piercing.
Ooh.
And I do it again!
Yeah! Get it!
Happiness is a warm gun.
The 25 to hit.
That will definitely hit.
Thank you guys for being within 5 feet! Dealing 15 magical piercing damage.
He is looking a lot more hurt than he once was. With that hit, I can't believe we let guns in D&D. The round goes clean through him. There's an exit wound, and as such, blood splatters all over Neville's face and a little bit onto Saoirse and Theodore as well. Merry Christmas, everyone.
How grossed out does Neville look by
Mouth
this?
Thanks.
Neville, you grossed out? You want to roll for it or just yes?
What's that? Sorry, what'd you say? I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
There's blood everywhere now.
All over his face.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it's
All
not
over
yours,
his
so
face.
there's that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yolar. Oh, wait, Carix, do you have anything else?
No.
Okay. Any more Christmas guns? Yolar, what would you like to do?
The Christmas spirit.
Just to rise to your feet. Is that a bonus action or is that a full action or?
That's part of
That's
your
good.
that's part of your movements, and
It's half your movement.
yeah, and you could rise to your feet and get to him in the same move.
Okay. Well, Yolar pulls himself up, and he's enraged now.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I will invoke my rage for 1 minute,
Yeah, you do.
which does fun stuff. And with his great sword in hand, comes flying into the fray and dashes at him and stabs him and yells, "Unhand my murderous friend!" as he
All right,
as
go
he
ahead.
attacks him.
Go ahead and roll an attack with your greatsword.
Oh my god.
You're rolling on the
11.
Mouse King, right?
Yeah, on the
Oh,
mouse king.
He's flanked, so you have advantage as well.
Oh, do I? I'll roll another one then. That first one was 11. Oh, that's even worse. Yeah, 11. It was blind rage.
Yeah, you're just so angry you can't see straight. Like, can't you just have one nice Christmas without something awful happening? You're so sick of it. You've had a year. Ugh.
It's terrible. All right.
Barbarian, you get an extra attack?
Yeah, sure. Do I?
I'm pretty sure.
How many bonus actions do you get?
One.
I
But
think that was the enter the rage was the bonus.
But I think you just have an extra attack as part of your actions
Okay.
as a level 5.
Okay. I will take your word for it.
Feels true.
I will attack him again.
Go for it.
You said this with advantage?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, still with advantage.
20.
Dirty 20? Not nat 20?
Oh no, it's the ugly 20.
All right. That will definitely hit. Go ahead and roll your sword damage.
Okay. 6.
6 points of slashing right into the back of the Mouse King's back, and you tear his purple fur cape. It comes clean off, and you just see his fur is matted with blood at this time. Anything else for your turn?
I think I'll do it.
All right.
Thank you.
Bringing us back to the Mouse King. Neville, he actually withdraws his magic staff from your chest, and it's kind of a relief to your lungs and your solar plexus. And he looks down with you with hate in his eyes. He looks at all of you.
Oh, I think you're gonna like this one, Sonny.
And he casts Shatter.
Oh no. We're not in a new combat round, are we?
This does start a new round.
I didn't have an action.
I completely took you out of the initiative.
It's okay. It's all right.
I'm so sorry. What was your initiative again? I'm sorry.
It was 18.
18.
I think it was 18.
Right after me, I think.
I'm
yeah.
using a different software than usual. I apologize. Please
No
go ahead and
worries.
tell me what you were going to do.
No worries. Yeah. So Neville is going to first off use a bonus action to cast Misty Step.
Good idea.
Yeah, and it's going to teleport me. So I want to teleport basically to maybe the other side of the room, but far enough that it's still within 30 feet of the Mouse King.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so I cast in this green smoke, just kind of envelopes me and teleports me over to the opposite side of the room. And then for my action, Neville would like to cast Ray of Sickness.
Cool.
Oh my god.
So a ray of sickening greenish energy just emanates from my body, from my green scales, in a very fast towards this Mouse King. So it is. So I got to make a ranged spell attack, right?
Okay.
So I gotta, yeah.
D&D Beyond can do it for you too.
Oh yeah, thanks. How do I? Doesn't seem to. It's all right. I got it here. So 6 plus. Check, right? So 8. Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, that does go a little far wide, and it just grazes the little elf Nutcracker instead.
Damn.
Anything else for your turn?
You suck.
Idor. We'll talk later. That's it. That's all I'm going to do.
Awesome. Sorry for skipping you.
All good.
So the Mouse King is now furious because he thought he had the end of your life right at the tip of his staff. And he
Yeah.
whips around with Saoirse, Theodore, Neville, and Yolar all within his range. Bangs his staff on the floor and casts Shatter.
Oh gosh.
So I need you guys to make a Constitution saving throw.
Not Neville, right?
Oh, no, Neville.
8.
Oh, Neville too. Constitution save.
13.
Yeah, it's a 60-foot range.
11.
That's the thing I'm best at. In both Constitution rolls, I rolled a 1.
Oh my.
You
Got
you
an
guys
8.
do
I a
have
+7.
inspiration. You can use your inspiration
Oh.
to re-roll any one thing you
Oh.
want.
I will do that then.
Go for it.
17.
17.
24.
17.
11.
13.
All right. Anyone who didn't beat a 14, you are taking 13 points of
Ooh.
thunder damage. If you made the save, you are taking 7.
When you hear the sound of thunder,
And he looks across the
Guys,
room.
I'm not doing so well.
Thanks.
You like that, Sonny? It's a famous one where I'm from.
Bringing us to Saoirse.
So she's gonna take her long sword again and strike him down. 15.
15 will hit.
And then she's gonna do 2 attacks. So that's 10 damage for the first one.
Oof.
That's slashing damage. And then she's gonna do extra attack.
Fighters are so cool.
You can attack twice whenever you take the attack action on your turn. Do I have to roll to hit again?
You have to roll again, but it's part of your attack.
Yeah, you get 2 attacks.
Oh, damn. Like 1 on that one.
You haven't.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna use
Finish him.
Well, it was-
14.
Sorry, what?
14.
14? 14 just hits?
Good use of inspiration.
12 damage. And how's he looking?
He's looking considerably hurt. A lot of his fur is matted with blood. He looks like he's wheezing a bit.
I do action surge. And it says you take 1 additional action on your turn. This can be used of 1 time. Wait,
2 more attacks.
it just says an action. That doesn't. Does that? I guess that's not. That could be an attack, right?
Mhm.
23 to hit,
23 definitely hits.
and that's 11 damage.
11 damage. He's looking like he's having a little bit of trouble standing. He's hanging on. Alright, anything else for your turn, Saoirse?
That's it. I'm done.
Alright.
I feel like, wait, since it's a whole nother action and you get to do 2 attacks per action, do you not get 4 with a surge?
So I only
I
get
don't-
1 surge per long rest, and then the extra attack is you can attack twice whenever you take the attack action.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say yes. Yes, you could.
Ooh.
Beat the shit out of this old mouse man.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
It doesn't matter. I rolled a 9.
Oh, sorry.
Put an arrow through his forehead.
Not again, Sonny.
Spivvy, bringing us to you.
Spivvy is going to cast Whole Person at 2nd level.
All right. Does he have to try and save for that?
You need a 14 Wisdom save. Right? Does the friendship diamond thing?
Yeah.
Sure,
No,
what is that?
that's ability checks and saving throws.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So he's got to beat a 14.
Yep.
All right.
Please don't. Please don't. Please don't.
He fails. You see his.
He and the snowman Nutcracker are paralyzed.
Okay. You just see his snarling face, his eyes locked on you.
Oh, how do you like that, sonny boy?
That's a good move. Anything else for you, Spivvy?
No, I'm just going to. Well, I'll just start flapping my wings and everything, and just maybe just go up and whisper in the Mouse King's ear. Your breath is awful, by the way.
Neville, bringing us to you at the appropriate turn order this time.
Okay. All right. Wasn't thinking of coming up that soon. Neville's gonna just try the same thing again. He's going to try to cast Ray of Sickness one more time. At the Mouse King. Let's do it right here.
Spivvy, does paralyzed have any kind of disadvantage on saving throws, or it's just on movement?
I think attacks, like melee attacks, have advantage on, and like they can't move, they can't take reactions. Obviously, they can't act. At the end of each of its turns, the targets can make another wisdom save.
All right. Well, Neville, it's still a magic attack, so that wouldn't have advantage. But go ahead and roll for it.
I did. It was a nat 1 for a total of 8.
You suck.
I'm gonna use my inspiration. I can use inspiration for attack rolls.
One if we reroll on anything.
Yeah. All right.
Me yelling "you suck" inspires you to try again.
Yeah.
Did you multi-class into Bard? I mean, moving.
15.
15 will hit.
Yes. As the same. Finally, it's like the first few times it's like trying to get an engine going. It was so 4d8.
48.
Poison damage. 16. Perfect average. You know what? I'm also going to use. I can use. Where is it? Meta magic. I'm going to expend a sorcery point to re-roll my 1 die.
Cool.
Yeah.
I love this game.
Sorcerer.
All right. So, one of those, and what is it? A D8. All right. I'll just do it here. All right. So it's actually 20 damage total.
20 damage. So you watch as the Mouse King, his gnarled fingers curled like paralyzed around his staff, and just looking at you all, takes the poison spray to the face. And then you look in his mouth and you see it's already kind of dripping a lime green venom from his fangs. So it does damage, not quite as much damage as you were hoping for, but it does affect him.
Stay away from his teeth.
Carrick,
All right.
with your insane high intelligence, you would know perhaps he's resistant.
Yeah.
A poison, yeah.
Mhm. Anything else, you Neville?
No.
All right, Theodore, you're up.
I've killed you once before. I will kill you again.
This is your
No, I
fault.
called dibs this time.
Let's stop placing blame and just place a body in the ground.
All right, I'll get up to him and take another swing with Snowman's branch arm.
Awesome. And Mike?
+8 on that, so it's a dirty 20 to hit.
Definitely hits.
And
Actually, you would still have advantage on this if you want to try and go for a crit.
Crit fish.
sure.
Yeah.
Nope, worse.
Take a dirty 20.
Take a dirty 20. And so that's going to be 1d8. Where's my d8? Where is one of my d8s? D8 plus 5. So that will be 8 points.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Do attacks against paralyzed person automatically crit?
I think they're with
melee
advantage.
might.
If you guys want to Google the rolls, I'm fine with
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
My current rolling is that it's at advantage, and if it hits, then I don't know. Somebody look it
Hold
up.
on. Okay. And any attack that hits the creature is a critical hit if the attacker is within 5 feet of the creature.
There you go.
Might
That
have to be.
is a crit. Go ahead and roll
Yeah.
double your damage dice, Theodore.
Mike.
So, but I only had the plus once, right? So
Right.
that didn't really add much. So what did I have before? I had 8 total, it's 9 total now.
But still, that's not bad.
So it's 9 total of, I can't scroll and talk. 9 total of piercing. I ignore that dice roll. That was not intentional. I will use my extra attack, which I also have, to take another swing
Nice.
with the same. That's not so good. That's gonna miss probably. Oh, but do I have advantage or it's just crits? It's just crits then, right? Not advantages.
If it hits, it crits.
Yes, but if it doesn't hit, it doesn't hit.
But also he's flanked, so it does have advantage. Homeboy's paralyzed.
He's in a
Yeah.
bad position.
This
Yeah.
poor
Yeah.
bastard.
Yeah.
That'll be a 15 to hit.
15 hits.
That's all right. 14 is the DC.
Crit it, baby. Crit it good.
All right, 2d8s.
Hit it and crit it.
That'll be 19 points of piercing damage to the rat bastard.
Those of you closest to him,
Mouse bastard.
you see that his paralyzed hand clutching his staff, still holding tight, but you can kind of see his knees falter a bit, even though he can't move. It's looking pretty rough.
Okay, as a bonus, Neville, how are you looking?
I could use some help over here, Theodore.
Fuck you. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do. No, I'm kidding. I'm just fucking with you. As a bonus action, I'll cast Sanctuary on our friend over here, Neville, who doesn't deserve it.
I've always had faith in you, Theodore.
Who is the reason we are dealing with this particular issue at the moment. I will cast Sanctuary on you. You now are, until the spell ends, any creature who targets you, Neville, with an attack or harm or spell must first make a wisdom save. If they fail, the creature has to choose a new target or lose the attack. It doesn't protect you from area stuff like fireball and stuff like that, so hopefully there's none of those going on in here. But if you make an attack or cast a spell, the effect ends. So, since you're not really doing much anyway, you can keep doing not much and just, take care of yourself.
Did you not see that poison I just sprayed at him, Theodore?
Did you not see that it didn't do much? And that ends my turn.
Fantastic. Spibby, did you hold person on the elf or the snowman nutcracker?
Snowman.
The snowman. Okay, so the snowman, same, is just frozen in place. But the tiny wooden elf nutcracker begins marching towards Neville, following the orders it was given, invoking an attack of opportunity for anyone who has the heart to hit it.
Yeah, non-lethal. Sure.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead and make your
Yeah.
attack of
he's
opportunity.
Try to judo chop. Yes, with my goose wing.
Judo chop with a goose wing.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Do you want to go ahead and roll for damage, or would you rather describe the effect it has?
Yeah, I just immediately no, and just judo chop and like the elf, one just like that and topples down.
The little elf nutcracker is now prone face first, and you can see its little wooden feet just doing this on the floor like a knocked over toy.
Yep.
Bringing us to Carrick's.
All right, I remembered a whole feat I'd had right now after this guy's arsenal. I'm gonna use Sharpshooter, which allows me to take a -5 to hit for 10 additional damage. And I say, go big or go home, right?
And you get advantage, right?
Yeah,
They get advantage.
That was a 1. Roll one more time. That was a 2. It's okay. Those were the practice ones. I'm gonna reload. I'm gonna fire for my second attack. It's fine.
You guys hear,
This
like,
one
your
will
ears are
definitely hit.
ringing with the sound of the shot ricocheting around the stone room, and you
It's
just
fine.
you quickly
It's
check
fine.
yourself to make sure you didn't get hit, because wow, went wild.
Shit. 13.
13 barely misses the Mouse King, and
Would have been cool.
you can see it just like shoots through his cape, and you see your round embedded in the wall behind him.
Damn.
It's worth a shot. Anything else for you?
No, that's all. I tried to be cool and I failed.
Would have been dope though.
Would have been
Yeah.
dope.
Yolar, what you got?
So I see where the 2 attacks per action are, so I'm going to take full advantage of that. Still in rage, And also I get a +2 to melee damage, which I forgot last time. But I will attack. Do I get advantage on this?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna attack with the great sword again. That's a 24.
Definitely hits.
Nice.
And that's gonna be for
Don't forget auto crit.
oh, I think it did add the auto crit. I got an 11.
You got double damage dice?
It said 3 + 5 + 3. And I got 2 die. Oh, no, it didn't.
Wow.
So just,
That was just rolled again.
yeah, roll it again. And subtract that last plus number. But it probably doesn't matter.
I feel like that. Well, by holding it up.
Another 11.
Diamond Hide. How do you want to do
Yeah.
this?
Yeah.
I guess he just like comes in and just comes full down right on the back of his neck.
Ooh.
And then also, how close is this snowman one? Is it still up and kicking?
It's paralyzed right now because of Spibby's hold person. So it's nearby, but it's not moving.
Because I would also like to, because I get another attack, to also, if he's close enough, to kick him over.
So you all see this raging 7-foot tattooed behemoth of a man swing his weapon into the Mouse King, smashing its spine, and he crumbles to the floor. And the staff he's been holding is finally released from his gnarled claws and clatters across the stone. And with an additional roar, you see Yolar kick over this frozen nutcracker. And as he does, the nutcracker hits the ground and you hear a crack. And then you see it start to transform and shrink and soften back into the original form of a snowman. But because of the force that Yolar hit it, it starts rolling across the floor.
Oh.
His carrot nose, bank, bank, bank. And you also notice the tiny elf that Spibby just knocked over. You see her form also start to soften a little bit, and she also returns to an elf form. And she runs over to the snowman and huddles up against him and just looks at you guys with fear.
Invalid.
One more thing. The 4-foot Mouse King's dead body also begins to change. Not back into an old man. It starts to shrink back into a tiny white mouse.
Somebody step on it.
Is the staff there?
The staff is there.
It's dead.
Stop killing shit. This is why we're here now.
I mean, you're not wrong.
So I grab the staff before Neville can stomp on it.
Okay. So, Saoirse, it's beautiful, honestly, despite everything it just did to the Queen's brother. It's gorgeous. It's a highly polished cherry wood, and as you touch it, it feels warm. And you can see where your hand is holding it, it's almost glowing underneath your hand.
Cool. But I also don't know what to do with this, so somebody else take it.
Spin
You know,
it,
you can research
read
it.
it. And then
Got
like,
the
drag it,
Arcana.
like, do it over thick.
So, Saoirse, you let go of it and hand it to Spibby, who takes it in his mouth. Where your hand was holding it is still illuminated, glowing. And then where Spibby takes it in his mouth, that part also begins to glow a little bit. And the elf...
Baby, your mouth is glowing.
The elf is also starting... The little tiny elf looks a little less afraid, like she kind of looks up at you, and you just hear her go, "Thank you for not killing us."
Neville looks like side-eyed at them, like he still doesn't trust them, holding the crossbow.
Jesus, Neville.
Put it down, you
Let's all
piece of
touch this-
shit.
yeah. Let's all touch the friendship staff or whatever.
They huddle together.
Go touch the friendship staff.
We're not
She did get a
friends-
little too friendly too soon.
We're not friends with him. You're safe.
Neville walks over and still keeping his eye on the elf, like tries to grab onto the staff, just kind of reaches out for it.
No, Spibby is still holding on to it tight.
Neville, do you grab for it?
Yes.
You can
I'm not
both.
trying to grab it out of his mouth. I'm just trying to hold on to it.
It also begins to glow, and you still see Saoirse's handprint glowing on it, Spibby glowing underneath, and now it's also glowing where you hold it. And it feels warm in your hand. It feels comforting.
I go grab a feel.
I also go grab it.
It's warm.
Everywhere where you grab it, you all kind of start putting hand, mouth, hand on it, and it begins to glow.
Hopefully we haven't wronged anyone badly enough we have to do this again next year.
No way.
Oh, it's impossible. With our luck.
I maybe
Saoirse,
should have kicked that snowman.
Saoirse, Yolar, what are you doing?
Is everyone grabbing the staff right now?
Well, I'm biting it, technically.
I grabbed a staff too.
Yeah, we'll grab it just in case. I don't want to be left behind.
Okay. Yolar,
We're all just standing in a circle holding a rod.
Yeah, Yolar grabs the rod.
don't make it weird. As you do, you all feel this warmth coming from the staff. It's pleasant. It's radiating out, and you kind of feel your arms in a weird way connect you all. But then the staff begins to grow. Oh, I should have thought about how that sounded before I came up with it.
I spit it out of my mouth. Yeah.
I'm not gonna be able to get
He
through
was
this.
farting.
I'm not gonna look at you guys while I tell you what happens next. The ceiling rushes up towards you, and all of a sudden, all of your bodies are starting to expand suddenly, alarmingly. You're all filling the room at an alarming pace. It happens fast, like the staff shoots up above your heads like a sapling growing in high speed, and it cracks into the stone ceiling in front of you, or above you, but the ceiling starts to give. And as your bodies are all growing and swelling, you start pushing into each other. You're twice your usual size, 3 times your usual size. And now your hands and faces and limbs begin to smash into each other like you're 6 mice in a cage, the size meant for 1. And you can feel the walls start to press in on you and the ceiling growing closer to you.
TBK.
Yeah.
Surprise, motherfucker.
I'll just get crushed.
With a sudden crack, the staff reaches the ceiling, and you hear a splitting noise. And shortly after, your heads, the backs of your necks, your shoulders, they're also growing and pushing painfully in the ceiling. And just when you think you're probably gonna die in this room from being crushed to death, the ceiling completely starts to give way. And there's this explosion of stone and wood as you emerge, normal size, erupting through the hole in the floor of the palace library. And what you see, a mess of furniture, 2 broken down doors, and 24 nutcrackers, swords raised, suddenly lower their swords and begin retreating from you as they see you holding the staff.
Yes, you had better run.
You see they start walking backwards through the wreckage of the furniture and out of the room.
You and your false bravado.
We could change them back.
Yeah.
You hear this
The queen?
You hear this little tiny voice coming from the floor, and it sounds like, "Oh yeah."
Do we see the toad? Do we see the toad down there?
You kind of hear where the voice came from, but you don't see him.
Do we have to make out again to fix this?
I think that just tricks us again.
I mean, I won't stop you.
We should get back to the queen.
Agreed.
Yeah,
That's what's
let's
most
go.
important here.
Just start flying, booking it.
Okay. So, returning to the grand entrance, you guys find the army of nutcrackers everywhere you go begins parting at the sight of you and the staff. They give you like a really wide berth. Some of them still have their swords held aloft, but they don't dare approach you. You part this wooden sea of soldiers, and you make your way back to the ballroom. And the room in here is still dark, bitterly cold. There's Arctic air still blowing in from these huge broken cathedral windows.
Which I didn't shatter, by the way.
The record shows that Carrick's was not the one that shattered them. The only light in the room is the soft blue glow of the protective wall that Queen Noelle conjured to protect herself and the village children from the nutcrackers. But since you left, you notice the ice wall is smaller. It's dimmer. And as you approach, it's under heavy assault from the nutcrackers.
Neville, tell. Yeah.
Give me that. Let's go over here. I bring the staff over to them, to the nutcrackers, and kind of wave it at them like.
Okay. As soon as you do, just magically, they halt when they sense it near, and they lower their swords and march backwards, stiffly, away from
Very
you.
good. I knew they would listen to me.
Yes, of course you did. Fucking poser.
You guys,
Queen, it's safe now. They're terrified of us.
you guys can see through the wall of ice. The queen looks weak, and you see her fall to her knees, and you hear the splitting sound of her protective ice just cracking around her.
Neville runs in and tries to grab the queen
We both are doing that because we
at the
obviously,
same time.
yeah.
It's very sweet and adorable, but it is still strong magic. You can't get through it. It's
Oh, it hasn't fallen yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys just like, oh, hit your.
yeah.
Yeah.
Noelle, I think it's okay. I think we've solved this.
She looks up at you. She looks relieved to see you, but she looks at the children behind her and she looks reluctant to drop the wall. And you hear her voice. It's weaker now. She says, "Your power. You must use your greatest power."
I think you have to make out again.
No,
It's our friendship.
About the gemstone
It's our
that you gave us.
friendship. How do we use our friendship?
Do
I
we
put a
all
wing
get
on
our-
the staff and hold the gem.
We all.
Oh yeah, pour gems out.
Captain Planet, bitches.
Bedazzle the rod.
Our gems combined.
So, Spibby, since you thought of this, you look at the head of the gem and you can see that there's 6 indentations in it.
The head of the staff or the head of the
The,
gem?
the head of the staff, there are 6 indentations in it, and it looks like it did previously hold some kind of ornamentation, like a jewel or a stone.
All right, yeah, Thanos.
First off, I'd like to point out that that's a little suspicious, but I still will draw my gem.
Yeah. Oh, it's definitely suspicious, but it's also a little
He's
too perfect.
Giving it to us. Anyways, here you go.
Tune in next year.
Start putting gems into the staff.
Okay. Do you all
Yeah.
do you all put your gem in the staff?
Yes.
With our powers combined.
As you do, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It looks beautiful. It definitely looks like these stones belong to this staff. But nothing happens.
All right, now we all have to hold the staff.
Yep.
Who's holding the staff right now?
Vivi, I think.
I'll grab on.
Mm.
I'll grab on.
I wait for
grab one
everybody else
last.
to grab.
Come on, Neville. You're familiar with this. Grab on.
Queen
Neville, the last to grab onto it.
Queen Noelle, you see her head sink as she's still doing everything she can to maintain this protective barrier, and she tries her best to shout to you. You each have your own stone. Look. And her head falls.
Okay,
Do we have to touch our stones?
Neville gazes into his. He ponders his stone.
Yeah, I'll look into my stone.
All right, Neville, make an investigation check.
This dice is shit, by the way. Probably the insert in it. 11.
Holding it in your hand, and looking at your friends holding theirs in their hand, you all have a different stone. They look different. They're different shapes. They're different colors. What does yours look like?
You're asking us?
Mine is a pink heart.
mine's a green emerald.
Blue sapphire.
And this might be easier if you look at what I sent you in Discord, because it's easier to see what the item is. And so
Mine's like a brown rectangle.
Triangle.
Mine also has like a letter carved into the center of it.
Ah, yes.
Mine's got
As
an
does
N.
mine. Mine is
Ah,
I think
have an
mine's
R.
an F.
An I?
We need
order.
to spell friend.
Well, mine has an R too, though. Unless it's a P or a economic.
D.
A D.
I think it's a D.
D.
Would it be a D?
It could be a D. Yeah.
Then you get a
probably
D.
is.
There we go.
I think mine's an F.
There we go. All right, come on, guys.
I think mine's an I or an L. What is that?
Looks like a 1.
One.
We have to spell the word friend.
Or
Best
flend.
blends. Yeah.
Whoever.
So what letters we have?
Friend.
Yeah. Oh well then yeah.
Wait, everyone. Okay, so who has the F?
You know what that spells, Theodore? It spells friend.
Fucking does it.
So do we have to?
I could spell Indurf.
No. Let's put them in the right order, maybe.
Yeah, put them in the right order.
Who has F? Put that in.
I do.
All right,
I'll put my F in.
and then R.
See where this is going.
I'll put my R in.
We're all waiting for it.
Is I before E or is friend the exception? I'll put mine in.
I put my E in.
I put my N in.
N D.
Ah.
She dropped a D in.
There it is.
Giving you the D.
There it is.
There it is, folks.
When
We've
the
solved your Christmas puzzle.
when the last stone is placed, the staff begins to change. The stones all radiate their own different, beautiful, colorful light, and the cherry wood of the staff begins to shine brightly. It looks like it's turning to gold. The staff begins to take a life of its own. You see it shoot up into the air. Oh, no, not again. But this time, instead of emanating this ominous, fiery red light, it starts coiling and threading itself around the walls, growing and growing, like this long golden strand of garland, speckled with different colored tiny lights. And the golden garland begins zipping from one corner to another, up and down, weaving this glittery Christmas magic with it as it goes. And you guys see, as the light from the garland touches a nutcracker, the nutcracker begins to change shape. And all around you, the forms of these nutcrackers begin to soften. You see these jagged crowns shrink back into smooth, normal-looking hair. These puffs of white beards shrink and disappear. Limbs loosen. And stunned, frightened faces turn to shock and then relax and then smiles. And you guys hear throughout the palace, you can hear voices again. Happy, surprised. You hear couples crying and embracing each other. And then you hear clapping. Slowly, at first. The people around you begin to clap. And it grows louder and louder. And all around you, as everyone in the palace begins to cheer for you.
Don't cheer for this guy. It's his fault.
Did nothing of the sort.
You shot a man in the face a year ago, and that's why we had to deal with this.
That was a year ago, and he deserved it.
He
Everyone-
didn't deserve it. How did he deserve it?
We did our part to save all of you. Your wonderful, what's the term? Peasantry? Wonderful,
Oh my god.
wonderful subjects. You're all wonderful.
Oh, you are such a piece of shit.
Neville, as you say this, all the kids that have been behind the queen begin to cheer. Some of them look frazzled, but some of them look positively stoked. And a few of them can't contain themselves anymore, and they begin shredding into the Christmas presents under the tree.
Yeah, you know they deserve
Yes,
it.
well deserved. Yes, forget the quorum. No need. Go ahead, enjoy.
Knock
That
yourself
force field's
out.
been like hit on both sides. Like the kids just clawing to get to the presents.
That's why the queen's so exhausted. But you see Queen Noelle, she pulls herself to her feet, looking completely spent. She straightens herself out and tries to look regal, and she just surveys this mess of a room. The lights are still out. The floor is still covered with shattered glass. So you see her begin a conjuration, and you see the broken glass of the pieces of window begin to rise into the air and restore themselves into the cathedral windows. And then you see the fire and the giant fireplace suddenly roar to life, and you feel the room getting warmer. And she snaps her fingers again, and all the candles on the tree and the sconces on the wall light again, and the room just now has this warm glow about it. She takes a deep breath and comes to you. Neville.
Yes, my queen.
She reaches out and she cups your face in her hand. Did you shoot anyone in the face this year?
No, my queen.
I love you, brother. I know sometimes the others tease you, but you know there would be no Wintara Kingdom if it weren't for you being by my side.
That is correct, my queen.
Can't even be gracious, Jesus.
That sucks.
Merry Christmas, brother.
So good, Mike. So
Merry Christmas.
She gives you a kiss on the cheek. She looks down, find her favorite kobold. Carrix. Carrix, my brave and special kobold. Did your wits save everyone yet again?
I also, unfortunately, did shoot someone in the face this year.
Of course you did, darling. Of course you did.
I tried not to, okay?
You were wonderful. You know, this was always a lovely kingdom, but after you joined us, it really became something special. I'm so glad to have you at my side another year. Thank you for being with me.
Of course.
Merry Christmas, Carrix.
Merry Christmas.
And she bends down and gives you a little kiss on top of your kobold head. She,
It's scaly.
she turns to her chief knight, Saoirse. Oh, Captain, my captain. Thank the gods we have you to keep everyone else in line.
I'm forever your servant.
Or sometimes just introduce a little chaos, keep it lively.
Never.
May I tell you something, Saoirse?
Yes, always.
It sure was nice having another girl in the kingdom this year. Now that you're here, I can't imagine ever being in Wintara without you. What a sad kingdom that would be.
Definitely wouldn't be safe.
Merry Christmas, Saoirse.
Merry Christmas.
She gives you a kiss on the cheek. She turns to you, Yolar, looks way up at you. Yola, my darling.
He yells for his lawyer.
She takes this in stride and glances at your counsel and then back up at you.
And he says, "You will no longer be needed. Your services will no longer be needed, Godfrey."
Villain for the next session. Got it.
Yeah, there it is.
God damn it.
Guaranteed.
Yola, my darling, what did you wish for last year?
I wish to be reunited with my tribe.
Did you
But when I returned, they were still gone.
And your tribe, did you find what you were looking for?
Yes, I did.
And she looks around at all of you. Yola, thank you for being by my side for yet another challenging year in a row. I'm sorry I didn't get you anything for Christmas except another insane caper through an underground dungeon. And of course this absolutely priceless friendship gem worth untold fortune. You're one of the most
Do
special...
they come back out of the staff?
They can, yes, darling. They can. Yola, you're one of the most special people in my life. I love you. Merry Christmas.
No.
And she reaches way up on her tippy toes and gives you a kiss on the cheek.
He blushes. But it's better than anyone else's blush.
The best blush.
I would like to rage blush.
Write that down. Write that down.
Rage blushes.
Manly blush.
And you look magnificent. And she...
I do think I still had 8 more rounds of rage, so yeah.
Have you calmed down yet?
He finally
Fired your lawyer in a rage.
Speaking of rage goddess, thank you for the
Yeah.
raid.
Yes, thank you for the raid.
Yeah.
Welcome, guys. Sorry you're here for the happy ending.
Yeah.
We hope you had a great time and welcome, even though we're wrapping up.
Queen Noelle turns to you, Theodore, and she takes your hand in hers. Hello, my love. Thank you for saving the kingdom again.
Despite your brother's best efforts, we were able to save the day once again.
Listen, darling, there's something I need to tell you.
Oh?
Knowing you and your insight, you can probably already guess. You're going to be a father.
Ah! Oh, goodness. I hope this is just in the game right now. Oh, God.
Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Is there anything you would like to ask your queen?
Yeah, of course. I bend down and just scurry through my pockets for like anything vaguely ring shaped.
Ask her who the mother is.
Who else?
I pass my signet ring over to.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Here.
I pass
Way
the
better
signet
than what I
over
had.
to.
A plus.
Yeah, Theodore.
I can't use both my hands to get the whole control.
Trousers of shatting!
What?
Corey said trousers Go on, darling. Were you going to ask me something?
Oh, my queen, my love, Noelle. Mother of my child, holy crap. Will you marry me, please?
I would be most honored to be your bride, and for you to be my royal prince.
Of course, of course.
She pulls you to your
Yay!
feet. I
Wonderful.
I love you. Thank you for being by my side in our kingdom.
I love you too.
And she gives you a huge kiss. And it goes on so long, the rest of you grow a little uncomfortable.
Your Law was uncomfortable at the very beginning.
Does this mean we're family now, Theodore?
She lets go of you and gives your hand a little squeeze, and then finally turns to you, Spibby. And she takes your feathered wing in her hand. Spibby, my dear friend.
Oh. I had to kiss Yola like that a few moments ago, but
You've done untold favors for the kingdom, and we are ever so grateful. Do you remember what you wished for last year?
yes, I do. That we do the same thing the next year.
Your fault.
Oh. All this time I thought it was Neville's fault. But
So, Spibby, what will you wish for next year?
Same damn thing, but also, I mean, maybe not with a horrible rat king and all that. Just to still be friends, but also maybe, I mean, that gem was pretty nice, so I could just have it back.
Of course. So, with her hand that's not holding your wing.
Oh, Queen,
Yes, darling.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Spibby. And she reaches down and gives you a kiss on the top of your goose bill. And as she does, she slips a hand into the pocket of your waistcoat. And just so the two of you can see, she pulls out a small white mouse by the tail and palms it, and it disappears. Merry Christmas, Spibby. All of you have my thanks and my love for being by my side.
Should just like gives a signal to the guards to double it.
No chances tonight.
So inside the palace, a quartet of halfling bards pick up their instruments and they begin to play music. And drinks are poured and toasts are made in the honor of the heroes of Wintara over and over and over again as the night goes on. And the seven of you stay together, celebrating long into the night. Outside the castle, the moon grows bright, and a light snow begins to fall on the rooftops of the kingdom. Outside of the kingdom walls, deep in the forest of shadows, a small ocean of white mice scurry through the snow. leaving Wintara behind forever. Probably. That's a problem to worry about next Christmas. Thank you for playing, my friends.
That was so much fun.
You guys
God.
did amazing. Thank you so much for playing. I love you guys.
Mike, you are the most convincing, hateable brother.
God,
I
yeah.
love it.
So good.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
gonna be kind of awkward for Spibby to have to tell the queen that was the second best kiss he had that night.
I've still been laughing at Trousers of Sharding. Like, I'm sorry.
Trousers of Shading. Yeah, those of you that have been hanging out with us all night, we can't thank you enough. It has been amazing having you guys here. We would love it if you came and watched our other streams sometime because you guys are a blast. Thank you again to Corey for designing all those awesome puzzles. Those gems with the hidden letters, that was all Corey.
Wait, hold up a
That's
sec.
cool. Really?
You had Corey, like Corey designed those puzzles?
She helped me workshop the puzzles to make sure they work when I would get stuck. But those gems that I sent you, she photoshopped those. She made each one for each of you.
Yo,
Right,
that was
that's awesome.
amazing. Amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure. Thank you.
awesome.
That was great.
Well, we're gonna say goodbye in just a second, but we love you guys. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.
Merry
Thanks for
Christmas,
being with
Happy
us.
holidays,
Merry Christmas,
Happy
Happy
New Year.
holidays, Happy Hanukkah.
Happy
Freaking
Harry's
solstice.
holiday. Well,
Don't give
I'm
away
all
our
emotion
traditions.
now.
Holiday.
Got some fucking Delaware in jokes for you.
Yeah.
All right. See you soon,
The
guys.
IRL lore.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Follow us. Bye.
Bye.